Hey everyone who's joining us on the live stream. Sorry it's so loud, but I want to let you know that I'm muting the mic on purpose. It also says so in the chat. Actually, I don't know if the previous stuff in the chat shows up. Anyway, so the mic is muted on purpose. We will start in a few minutes. Thank you. Please let everyone in the chat know.
Hello.
Hey there, Bab streamers. Say hi to our Bab streamers, every pony. Yay! I should probably adjust the mic. Anyway, so so this is our final in-person meeting before con. Exactly a week from now, or like less than a week from now. Less than a week from now, we'll be here at this hotel, doing awesome things for the convention. Real quick, a show of hands: who here is not currently have a position on staff? Don't say no. Okay, excellent.
Staff is positioned on you.
Yes, staff is positioned on you.
Nice seeing you again.
Yes. Yeah. Excellent. Cool. I'm glad everyone has a job. Cool. So what we're gonna do real quick. So here's basically the outline of the thing. For our Bab streamers who didn't want to join us today, we have pizza. Woo! It's our final meeting, so I wanted to make it special. After this meeting, we'll also be doing more special things. We will be having more pizza if there's any left. We will also be having badge printing. We basically want to try to get ahead of the game. Usually we print like staff badges. Maybe guest of honor badges already printed. Hold on. Basically badges that we have like a set amount for. So like the badges for the musicians, the badges for staff, the badges. I think the guest of honor badges have already been printed. Things like vendor badges for vendors. We want to try. We have all the printing machines here. So after the meeting, so that'll be like maybe 1 or 2 or whenever we usually end, and we go to Max's. Instead of going to Max's, we have pizza. We have badge printing if you want to help, and hopefully, if I can get everything set up, we can have our own little private season 8 premiere viewing party.
That was not planned.
It wasn't planned for you guys, but I've been planning this all week. Con magic. Whoosh. Things just happen, and there's no work involved on your guys. Anyway, so now that we have all the live streamers, Jelly, feel free to come on down because we won't start the season 8 stuff until maybe like 2 o'clock. So Hyatt Regency SFO in Burlingame, California. We also have a small room today.
Guys, please.
We have a small room today, so please be courteous to everybody's personal space. Also, that's why for the live streamers this looks really weird. So, so trust me, there's a lot of people here.
We are showing that friendship really is meant.
Yeah.
More from last time.
Yeah, there's even more than last time. It's the last one. I'm so glad you guys all made it. This is actually, I'm actually really happy that we have a lot of people here today.
It's most of the staff.
Yep. Well, yeah, it's a staff meeting. I hope mostly staff is here. Let's see. I'm gonna go through. Okay, so here's how it's gonna go. We're gonna do some staff updates, some final con updates. I have some special presents for some of you guys. It's gonna be great. We're gonna do breakouts so we can talk to our team leads about anything we need to do this last week before con. And then afterwards, you will get into the rodeo games. We want to try to make the first parts go as quickly as possible because the rodeo games is the real reason why we're here. No, it's not the pizza. It's not the season 8 premiere. It's the rodeo games. Yes. For people that don't know that term, rodeo games is basically us teaching you con procedures, who to call in case there's an emergency. I'm going to teach you the 6-2-1 rule, which is 6 hours of sleep
Per night.
per night. Yes, per night. This is all 6-2-1 is per day.
One shower, at least.
Yeah, two nutritious meals a day, and then 1 shower a day.
Skittles is not a nutritious meal.
Skittles is not a nutritious meal.
Clean shirt on after shirt.
Yes, clean. Yes. Exactly. Also drink water. Cool. So we're gonna go through exec and team lead intros, and when you give your intro, basically also give us any sort of final updates that you have. We're gonna do the room. We're gonna go through the room first. I'm gonna start with me. I'm gonna just wave to the camera because I'm behind it right now. I am Fable Charm. I am the convention chair. I would like to claim credit for bringing this pizza here, but that actually goes to Tanaki, our hotel, our venue liaison. He will be here in a little bit. He said he was running late, but basically he's the one who set up this room. He's the one who set up the pizza. I was sort of like, oh man, wouldn't it be cool if we had a pizza party? And he's like, I've got this. And a few days later, I'm like, hey, what do you think about? Do you think we could still do the pizza? He's like, don't worry. And I'm like, oh, do we need to choose the flavors? Like, I got this. And so I just showed up here, and I was just like, I wonder what's going to happen. And then now there's pizza. So I'm super happy that he's able to do that. So
save your applause. We'll wait for Tanaki to walk in.
Yeah, yeah.
Walks in, everybody give him applause.
Yeah, exactly.
Standing ovation.
That would be great. You had a question?
You can move that camera. It's an action camera.
Yeah.
It'll just roll with it.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. I bet it's like, oh, what am I gonna do? Like selfie it myself? I'll do that. Actually, I guess.
Perched.
Yeah, well, we can put it back. It's fine. Anyway, I guess we should do that just because it's like. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Hey, everybody. I don't know if you want to be.
Really dizzy.
I know, I made everyone real dizzy.
They're getting the kid dizzy.
Well, don't worry. There we go. So this is live. Hey, every pony. All right, I'm Fable Chime, Government Chair. Everyone, do your jobs. Please delight our attendees. That is it. Oh, actually, I will show you something now that we have the camera pointed on me. So some con chair updates. Actually, do we have anyone from merch here? No, we don't. Okay, sorry.
We don't.
No.
So when we do that,
So,
look at the awesome pizza
oh yeah, that's
you're
this
missing.
pizza.
Teaches you guys to skip.
I don't know if you've noticed what I'm wearing.
Taste your stuff,
Look at
shirt.
So cool. During the rodeo game portion, people who volunteer, people who answer questions really great. We have some shirts we can give you. If you receive your staff shirt today, please don't take a second staff shirt when you come to con. There's a reason why we ask you like what size you are, so that we could get like precise numbers. You know, so please, honor system. If you already have a staff shirt, when you get to con, please don't take one. And I mean the new ones. Like if you win one today, don't take one next week. So yeah, check it out. Ooh, staff. It's got sword, got copper chip, golden gates, and silver span. It's pretty sweet. Look at that, BABSCon 18. I know. They're themed in our Fables and Fantasy theme. Our con theme for BABSCon 2018. Yes. What we want to do. This is important for staff, but also attendees, but mostly for staff. What we want to do is transform this hotel. What is it? We will make this hotel a con. I've been thinking about that all day on the drive here.
So
what we want to do, what we would like you guys to do, if you can, you don't have to, but if you have any sort of like Renaissance or like Fables and Fantasy, so if you have any like fantasy garb, like wizard garb, Lord of the Rings garb, Harry Potter things.
Both Star Wars.
We have
showing off steampunk.
Yeah, I was gonna say we have right here in this hotel we have Clockwork Alchemy, who is a steampunk convention. So if you guys want some steampunk swag for BABSCon, I recommend going to their vendor hall, buying a badge, of course, and you know, show some love to our con Bay Area cons. Go to their vendor hall and buy their wares. I went last year to Clockwork Alchemy, and that's where I bought my outfit for this BABSCon. So when I get up on stage and you see me in my awesome little vest and my top hat, you'll be like, Clockwork Alchemy. And I'll be like, yes.
Here and there.
What, I'm sorry?
You buy a wand there.
Maybe. I don't know. You should go down and find out. So if you guys want to cosplay, the idea is people. Not a lot of people have like not. Obviously, our fandom has a lot of pony cosplay, but like for the average person, I feel like you could easily put together something Renaissance-y, something steampunk, something something fantastical. And the idea is we want to transform the convention space into a land of magic and fantasy.
Question.
Yes.
Do suits count as magical?
Yes, because they give you power.
Ha ha!
But you have to have a funny hat or funny glasses with your suit.
No,
We'll
only
find
tailored
pretty
some-
much describes Rom.
We'll find some in our vendor hall.
I mean,
All right,
you just have to glove as well.
Another. I was like, what other announcements do I have? We have published the convention guidebook. The guidebook is essentially your digital con book. Go to babscon.com/guide. Again, that's babscon.com/guide. Do it on your mobile phones. Do it on your desktops. Download the app. If you're taken to the web version of the app, on the top right corner, there's a little download button. That'll take you to where you can download the app and install our guidebook. The guidebook has everything. It had everything. It has all the events. It has their descriptions. It has it all in a nice little timeline. You can make a schedule. You can make your own schedule. You can interact with other guests if you log in through Facebook, I think, or if you log in through social media, you can link your account and all that good stuff. You can see when special events are. You can see interactive maps where you can be like, oh, here's a map of the con space. What is Silver Span Salon? Click, and then you'll see all of the amazing things that are happening there. We also have our vendors in there too, with exactly where they are. You click on the vendor name, it shows you exactly which little box they are on the map. You click on a little box on the map, it'll tell you exactly which vendor is there. It goes both ways. It's magic. I know, it is magic.
Guidebook is magic.
Guidebook is
It
magic.
was fantasy.
Yes. So I want to give a special shout out to a lot of our staff helped to populate the guidebook, but no single person did more than Nan here.
Yep.
Our events and programming co-director. She was just like, oh, are we gonna do the guidebook thing? And I'm like, yeah, we probably should get started on that. And then like a week later, she's like, so I put in all 140 programs in our guidebook. I'm gonna start doing all the guests of honor and all the community guests. And I'm just like, oh my god! And then every single person has every single guest has like a picture, and it's like really nice. So please download it. Please tell people. babscon.com/guide. Please share it. It's gonna be great. Remember, when you go to the website, and if you see the schedule, if you're seeing the web version of it, there's a little download button at the top right corner that you can download. Also, if you're on iOS, I think it'll show a little thing, be like, oh, open in Guidebook or install Guidebook. But yeah, you can go there.
Oh, and
Yes.
for folks who are worried about their Wi-Fi connection or
Oh,
their
yeah.
internet connection at con, you download the guidebook and it's there. It does not
Yeah.
require an internet connection
that
to
cost-
use
Yeah.
it. Hold on, Nikki. I need you to hold on. No, hold on. It doesn't require Wi-Fi. What you'll do is, though, throughout the day, you'll want to find somewhere to use data or Wi-Fi and refresh it, because we'll be able to update it in real time.
Oh, data.
Yeah.
But you don't actually need the connection to utilize the guidebook.
Exactly.
Amen.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. Cool. That's one of the reasons my guidebook is so awesome. Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag wish we were sponsored. Anyway, guidebook sponsor us. No. Let's see, what other updates do we have? We have once our PR team puts up the guidebook and does a little announcement for that. We also have the actual con book. We have a con book that we'll be having at con. We're also going to be releasing a PDF a little bit before the con on the website, so you can check out things in advance and see what that is like. Our con book team this year, we had Jessica, we had Thomas, we had oh my god, Fire, what's
Sheva.
his name? Sheva, Zabranki, Fire, I think his name was like Firestorm Can. They all were part of our con book team, and they really pulled off a miracle. There was a point, not gonna lie, there was a point in time where I thought, well, looks like BABSCon 2018 is not gonna have a con book, but they pulled through and they are awesome. So please, a round of applause for awesome con book. Yes. Woohoo! Let's see. Any other con-wide updates that people can remember, refresh my memory?
Charity auction donation button. Use it.
Oh,
Look
yes.
at the wish list. See if there's anything you can bring that charity auction can use.
Yes, if you want to donate to the charity auction, go to babscon.com. There's a button that's like, scroll down to the charity area, and there's a button that says donate now. Click on that. You can fill out a form to donate things that we can auction off, or we can sell at a silent auction. Things like that.
I have signed comics.
Yes, it does. If you want to donate signed comics, I actually also have signed comics that I want to donate. We can combine it and make it a big thing. Yeah, so please do that. Cool. So that's the end of my section until we get back to the very end. Let's go clockwise because order. Rommel, do you have any business updates that we want to give to the staffers and any attendees who might happen to be watching because we posted this on Facebook?
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm the Invisible Hand. So in terms of business updates, everything that needed to be ordered, I believe, has been ordered.
Yes.
So the last few things are basically the truck rental. We've already discussed the storage space situation, which is going to be addressed very soon. And otherwise, we're pretty much good to go. Now there will be a process for execs to be able to request distributions at the convention for funds. There will be a form that you will fill out. Details on that will be provided on Thursday. But bear in mind, if you do spend the con's money during the con because you did not plan for an expense in the year, I will give you a very mean glare. But otherwise,
No, I just need to pay my tab at the bar.
no, absolutely not.
Okay.
But otherwise, BABSCon is looking good. Financially, we are looking good.
Nice. I'm so glad. All right.
To all our sponsor level people.
Yes.
Who are, I know some of them on this call and some of our staff, so.
Good
I
people.
want to be also a sponsor also. I'm both.
Cool. All right. Next up, we have let's do Diva. Do you have you brought something today?
Yes, I brought.
Where do you?
Over in the,
Can we show it off?
Sure.
Okay. Cool.
Yes, please. We would like that very much.
Shall we talk about it? Okay. What? I really wasn't prepared to talk today. I thought this was more of a learning thing today.
Too bad.
I'm sorry. Okay.
You're being
things
put on the spot.
Things are coming along. The sponsor package merchandise, I think, is all finished. Okay. Staff is hired. I will probably need some help for the first night if anyone's not doing anything Thursday night. Even if they're doing things during the con on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I likely can use some help for merchandise distribution for the people who come up and they paid and they need their T-shirts and their badges and things like that. Other than that, we're in pretty good shape. I'm excited. And this is actually this guitar I bought at the charity auction. God, I don't even remember. 4 years ago, the second year I think. And I took it around to other cons and other places to get other signatures, and now I'm donating it back.
Yay! So we
Yes,
have
Delancey is on there.
a guitar that is signed. Who give us some examples of people who've signed this?
Oh, there's Peter New right there.
Peter New, Lauren Faust is up here. Look at that. We got John Delancey signed it somewhere.
Yeah, he signed it at a Star Trek convention.
Nice.
I went there.
I think it's just saying
that
it's
looks
for
like
anybody
Andrea
who wants
Littman.
it.
Yeah.
Tara Strong signed it down here. Look at this. Look at this beauty.
Now this guitar, I should say. I don't remember. I had a list of
Anyway, so this is this will be at the charity auction.
This will be at the charity auction. I also want to say that actually the gentleman who contributed this in the first place, his name is Xylo Zebra, I think, was the name. And he actually made the guitar. I think he got a kit and he stained it and made it. Yeah. He played it once. For us, you can see there's still plastic on some of the metal pieces. It's never actually been put into use if you actually want to use it as a guitar. It was just played the one time for a demo. So he hand applied all the crystals. I mean, everything. And there's a plaque on the back. Actually, the year is on the back.
Oh, the year is on the back.
When I got it.
Golden. Whoa. Wait, what? Golden.
There's a
It says a plaque, and it says Golden. It says Golden Gates BABSCon 2015.
So that's when I got it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's really a special piece. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of love went into
When,
it.
what time for everybody on the live stream? What time is the charity auction going to be? It's going to be on Saturday, right?
Saturday, 4 o'clock.
Saturday at 4 o'clock at BABSCon. Buy this guitar.
On stage as we are setting up.
The guitar will be played on stage.
By one of our charity guests.
Yes, by one of our charity guests.
Oh yeah.
Excellent. From Guitars Not Guns. Excellent. Yes, our two wonderful charities, Guitars Not Guns and the Game Academy. They are heavily involved with our con this year, and we're really excited to have them. So please go to the charity auctions. Go to the charity room up here in the Cypress level on the atrium on the second floor. It'll be Cypress C. They'll be right. They'll be right next to the Fables Fantasy Lounge and the Headless Lounge. Or
The Cosplay Repair and Headless Lounge, Fables Fantasy Lounge, and Game Academy hosts Tales of Equestria all weekend.
Boom.
That'll all be happening right
Boom.
there.
All right, so yeah, party on. Come to the charity auction.
The party area will be Cypress this year.
Yeah.
Say the three of us.
Yes, it's gonna be awesome. Anyway, speaking of our wonderful events, Nan, would you like to give any final updates?
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. As Fable said, like 140 separate offerings. You guys, there's two things if you've been at BABSCon before that you've not had before. One is the Fables Fantasy Lounge. It's designed as a smaller, low-key panel space that's going to have more audience interactive things happening. There will be an improv workshop at Fables Fantasy Lounge. There will be open mic times. There will be singing competition, lip syncing, and karaoke. So that's all happening at Fables Fantasy Lounge. A little bit of a different space. We have Silver Span Salon, which is what we're offering instead of a community guest meet and greet this year. It will be sign up only, first come, first serve, 15 attendees per, small group, 60 to 90 minute intimate little gatherings with specific little groups of either musicians or cosplayers or community guests or even the board of BABSCon. Toward the end, so you can tell them what you think and ask them all your questions. We have 3 full side panel rooms of activities and workshops and panels and comedy and martial arts and all kinds of stuff happening. Railroad Bronies, one of this year's community guests, will be doing an all-day Saturday model train setup. I know there's some of you people here that like trains. Ponies and trains, like, you know. What else is happening? The Friendship Festival is Friday night. So come, dress up, get ready to enjoy music. There'll be souvenir photos for folks again. Marie is up to something with some mysterious tents that will be up.
Oh, it's going to be amazing.
It's going to be so awesome.
It's
The
like Burning Man
Shake-Ups. Please, if you don't know who the Shake-Ups are, go look them up.
They're on Spotify.
They're
YouTube.
on Spotify. They're on YouTube. The Shake-Ups are an amazing Coney band, live band. There's like 6 members, all going to be here. They will be performing live on Friday night. They will be performing live on Saturday night.
Both nights?
Nahum, we've got, go ahead.
The musicians are not listed on the website.
They're listed on our guidebook, babscon.com/guide.
Announced in the Nahum section. If you go to the Nahum button, they should be there. Okay.
We also made an announcement.
Somebody
Look
check
at your
and see
posts.
if the musicians got
I
populated.
checked this morning, they were not there.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
really? Yeah.
Anyways, we can fix that. We got this.
We got this together.
Thank you. Very good. Very good.
Gotta get faster, guys.
So Mayhem, we've
Look at
got
the synergy.
DJs, we've got EDM, we've got the shake-ups, we've got Odyssey Eurobeat coming back.
Woo!
And that would be good because we finally got Mr. Delancey coming.
Yes. The voice of Discord himself.
It's just all Discord, all day, all Discord. Buttons Arcade, Smash Bro Tournament again. We're going to settle it in Babs. Tabletop Gaming, hosting several community guests, doing lots of original gaming. That's Elliot over there, the maven of tabletop gaming. CCG. Themes, going to be hanging out doing stuff.
Quake is coming to play Fallout Equestria.
Oh, yeah. Quake will be playing Fallout Equestria. We also have the
Sometimes cause more fallout.
we have Red Dragon Inn celebrity version. Please make sure that if you either come and sign up to play or just stand around and kibitz, it should be a good time. Come on, the guidebook's got all of it in. I don't have to keep talking.
babscon.com/guide. Download button at the top right corner.
Redundancies.
We'll be making an announcement on that soon, but we want to give you guys exclusive access. Be sure to friend everybody. You can friend me. I'm on there. It'll be obvious which one I am. Anyway, you'll see. Cool. Thank you so much, Nan. You were amazing.
Absolutely.
Yes. Next we have
I am
our charity
Sam,
peeps.
and I am
Tony Mom and
co-chair
Annalisa
for
Tay.
Charity. I'm going to let Miss Tinder talk about charity. All I'm going to talk about is I'm also master of wardrobe. So making all the costumes for our actors, and they are all done.
Woo!
All bagged up and ready to go, and I'm really excited about the quality.
There's one.
Come on, let's show over there.
There's one here.
There we go. You got it?
So it's going to be, it's been a lot of work, but it's been very rewarding. And that is nice. Finally done.
Ooh, excellent, excellent.
I look stunning in that.
You don't have to make signs.
All the door guard costumes. The door guards this year all have costumes and banners and flags and spear plates and armor. So it's been a lot of anyway. Phew, it's done.
So if it looks pretty and you enjoyed it, guess who made it? Exactly.
So I'm going to let Janelle talk about, or Miss Tender talk about.
Hi, I'm Miss Tender. I am the charity person. I like person. This is my second year of doing it. It's been a blast. We have two great charities, great causes behind them. So please take a moment in the guidebook and really look at our charities and realize that your money is going to some really great causes. We'll be in the Cypress Sea Room. We'll answer any questions you have about how our live auction works, our silent auction works. And this year there's a drawing. If you have a badge and you're at our con, come by, pick up your drawing ticket, and put it in one of the prizes. In fact, there's going to be 3 prizes that you can pick which one you want your ticket to go for. It doesn't go into one big barrel and you just get whatever prize your ticket was pulled for. If you want a particular prize, put it in that jar. That's the one that you'll be part of the drawing for. Those tickets are free. So just come to Cypress Sea, pick up your ticket, fill out the back, drop it into the one you want. And there's going to be nine themed baskets for silent auction. Each basket is going to be one of our characters and have a bunch of items inside that basket that goes with that character. Are we still getting signed items for this?
Well, each character will have a photograph of each actor in costume, and they will sign the picture with their name. They'll go over Gates, we'll sign go over Gates.
So These are all things that are going to be up for silent auction. That beautiful guitar, along with another guitar, along with a necklace,
The Dusty Cat guitar.
and just tons of great one-of-a-kind items will be at our live auction. So please, even if you're not coming with your wallets and your pockets full of money, still come by because the auction is hilarious. Dusty Cat and Pony Mom put on a fabulous show with this auction, and they really get the crowd going. But this year, our charities are even involved, so it's going to be a little different this year. Probably a little more entertaining on top of it. And other than that, come by, see us, see what we got. Bring your items.
The weapons are also.
Oh yes, and all the weapons are going to be in our room for auction. After opening ceremonies, all the weapons go up for auction.
Nice.
So please come by charity, see us, play some games, hang out. Get some money. Yeah, do stuff and things with that wonderful stuff.
Excellent. Pony Mom and Miss Tender, you guys have been super amazing, both with your sewing skills and costume skills, and for your charity skills. You guys are putting on what I already know is the best, like, charity anything we've done in the past. So you guys are amazing. You guys are the best duo. Thank you so much. Round of applause for our charities.
We're gonna break 15 grand this year.
Boom! Let's do it. Let's do it. Can we? Oh, that's up to you guys. Cool. All right. Who else? Do we have any team leads coming around? Yes.
Gordon, I'm Flair second.
Nice.
Flair head. He's able to be here today. He is not feeling so well. We'll be there.
Excellent.
Yay!
To quickly describe, just for our staffers, you guys will probably go over this during the thing, but just like real quick, what is Flair? What do you guys do? What are you there for?
We're kind of the in-between con and the hotel. We here make sure everybody here is safe. We provide medical if medical is needed. Yeah. We're basically peacekeepers.
What are you looking at?
Excellent.
I don't have that location yet.
Oh, the Flair room is going to be in boardroom 2,
Same room as
4?
last year?
No, 2. We changed
on
it.
guidebooks.
It's
The
on
second.
guidebooks. It's the second one.
Right
Boardroom
next to
2 is where
Kana.
Flair is going to be.
Boardroom
Oh, no.
HR is all the way down.
maybe it'll
and
be-
interviews is 4.
Yeah. Yes.
Or 2, 3.
We moved all the way to the end.
HR is 4. Interviews is 5.
Yeah. We wanted ConOps and Flair to be like first in the row instead of having to go all the way down.
Yep.
Anyway, yes. So look for the Flair room and the boardroom 2 in the atrium. For people who were here last year, that's actually where the HR room / Gopher Hole used to be. But now the HR room and Gopher Hole are a little bit farther down because typically people only need to go there once to get their swag. Yes. Check out our awesome
Guidebook.
Look at this guidebook.
Interactive
Oh my god.
map. On
I know.
That's what's going to be the
Huh.
ongoing thing.
I wonder where Flair is. Oh, they're right
Look at
there.
the guidebook.
Oh, it's Click. Oh, Flair. What's Flair all about? Wow, look at this really cool badge thing. Wow, look at that. Flair is on hand again this year to ensure safety and security to all our staff and guests. I'm gonna go pay them. Well, no, I guess hopefully you will never need to pay them a visit. But yeah, add them to your to-do list.
But I think they accept
There
cupcakes.
you go.
I think if you just drop by Flair and hand them a cupcake, you don't
Yep.
say no, I don't think.
Yep.
Cookies, chocolate.
Did we have a question?
you don't pull a
Someone was
Rommel.
wanting my attention.
What did you do?
Oh, excellent.
It's here.
Golden
I'll
Gates
explain
is
later.
here. Say hi. Yay. Excellent. Cool. All right. Any other leads? We've got logistics and HR over there again too. Do you guys want me to come back to you guys, or do you want to give updates or anything? Okay, I have an update. I have an update on behalf of logistics. This is mostly for the executive staff. Our big what's it called? Our storage unit is full. As you can see, we're clearly making more things and bringing things to the con. It would be super great if we could not need to store things after the con, especially if we don't plan to use them the next year. Things we don't plan to use next year are things like themed items, signs that are like very specific. I'm taking home my Fables Fantasy Lounge sign, by the way, so no one steal it, no one throw it away. It's mine.
Where are you going to hang that?
I'm putting it on the door of my room, of course. On the door of my room.
Do I want to know? No.
So, please, 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 if you know you're bringing something that you don't intend to take home yourself and you think, oh, logistics will take care of it, no, they won't. Like, please, if you really have to, if people really like, oh, I really like this, this tablecloth. Oh, take it home. I don't know if there's any tablecloths that you made, but like you get the idea.
Not take the tablecloths from the Royal Lounge.
Yeah,
They belong to the hotel.
Don't take anything that belongs to the hotel. Anything that belongs to us, please take it. Also check with someone before you start taking things. Like
please hit up your exec before you grab
please,
it.
Sunday,
talk
there's nothing.
Anyway, so we have a little crisis, which is we're running out of space. Please don't add more to that crisis. Thank you. Let's do a dual update with HR.
We've hired people.
We've got stuff. So how's HR doing this year, guys?
HR is doing good. Your badges will be already in the boardroom 5, which is all the way at the end, past Flair and logistics. Other than that,
You're 4.
It's
interview room is 5.
Okay, interview room is 5. Sorry, let me just clarify that. We're at 4.
Yes.
And the hours?
I will be there at Thursday 9 a.m. and we should be staffed until probably 9 p.m. But if anybody needs their badge outside of those hours, feel free to contact me and I can either run it to you or make other arrangements.
Yeah. The HR's main goal is to get everyone on staff their badge. So we'll try to be as available as possible. So please go to that room. If the door is closed, that means we're not there. It'll also likely be locked. So just come back later and you'll get your staff badge. We are going to make the process as easy as possible, so that'll be good.
Yes.
Are there forms again this year that everybody has to sign off on in advance?
There will be forms when you pick up your badge. You'll also be able to pick up a shirt and a lanyard.
Yes.
To go with that.
Oh. Yes. It's important that you guys sign both. There's two. There's a liability agreement and a volunteer agreement. One says you promise to volunteer for us and do good things. The other one says, please don't sue us.
It says if you get hurt, it's your own damn fault.
Yeah.
And you'll
All right.
be open on Thursday?
So, yes, Thursday, day 0. Yes, question. Do you have a question?
I already took in measurements to make sure I get her off, which I knew about. I got measurements to make sure that there's there because I had somebody help me as your
Excellent.
Number I need to about with you and Sean number. Can I help her as your number? My friend, my helper is your number.
Okay. All right. That's fine. We'll talk after. Thank you. Any other questions for HR, or any other updates from HR? Yes.
All right. I'm not sure if this is an update, but I'm Keck Laronin. I am your lead door guard for this convention.
Nice.
Basically, for those who guard the doors, who make sure that everyone has the right badges, you answer directly to me. So, for those who have the right badges, let them in, be courteous. If they do not, if they are trying to get in, crush them with the might of your steel. Grind them into the dust so that not even the ponies darken. Not just treat them with kindness.
Yes.
All right. So I do what? I get the short sword and what?
Sergeant striped shoulder pad.
Yeah, I guess I do.
Yes. We have costumes for door guards, so you'll have some good ones.
Yeah, I heard about costumes. I didn't hear anything about shoulder pads.
Oh well, they're in this season.
Nice.
Season 8 specifically.
They're in every season.
All right, everybody, calm down.
Breakouts. You'll have time for your meetings after this.
If folks could limit side talk, it really is hard for the folks that are on the live stream to hear what's going on.
Oi,
It's the what is it? The blessing and the curse of having a great mic. It can hear really quiet sounds, and it can hear really quiet sounds. So, all right, we're going across the room. Elliot, do you have any updates?
I mean, this isn't an update per se. It should probably go in the guidebook, but I hear that on Friday, Aftershock is doing some war games with me. So
I can totally confirm this.
Nice.
So that's the thing that people. People should be aware of. He's going to be commanding the antagonists. In against the Cult of Night Eternal.
Excellent. And just so everyone's clear who you are, who are you?
I am Elliot Belser, aka Bliss Authority. I am in charge. I do tabletop games and tabletop gaming accessories here.
Excellent.
Yeah, and it is
excellent.
Tabletop game.
Yes, I am. I am wanted in 30 cons for that.
Nice. But you chose to be with us as one of them.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you so much. Do we have any leads over here? Any leads?
Technically.
Two lead characters.
Hi everybody. So I'm Queen Quake. I'm also themed second. Doodle's not here right now because she had to go do a thing. We have all of our costumes, I think, are ready. We're going to do the resizing on Thursday night. Day 0 is go, right?
Day 0 is go.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. It's
so
yes.
I'm also known as Fiora the Tank Girl. Yes, that community guest that's shown up to like every pony contest, like I will be presenting the Physics of My Little Pony exclusive to BABSCon on Thursday night, Day 0 panel. In addition, we have a couple of other panels that Doodle's going to be presenting for me on Day 0. We also have our prop puppets are ready, our costumes are ready except for refit, and our scripts are ready. We have the lovely girl who's up in here as Golden Gates for like the first time she's ever been to one of these.
Yeah. Lovely to see you all so soon.
And yes, these two swords here are for the two of us to dress in costume and fight each other with. So you will get Queen Quake versus Golden Gates.
And not to break any bones this time.
I think that's everything for theme. We're basically just waiting to get in and do dress rehearsal on Thursday night.
Excellent. Thank you.
Oh, Day 0 is from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time Thursday night.
Yep. Excellent. You had an update?
Yeah, so I'm Sharker. I'm the Gopher lead. We've already got some Gophers signed up. We've got a lot of the paperwork in place for sign-in sheets, the time sheets, and we're currently rounding up the rewards for the top 3 performing Gophers.
Sharper, welcome aboard. Thank you for taking it on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's all I've got.
Excellent. Next we have Sonia, VIPR.
Hello. So, well, not a lot to say. Obviously, everybody's coming. John Delancey is coming.
Finally!
Yeah, that's pretty much how we all feel about it. Everyone's set to have a great time. All that's left is just doing our supply runs, finishing up our shift schedules, and yeah, the IPR is ready to roll. We have a great team of liaisons and drivers and dispatchers and green room and autograph room staff. My second, Alex, has been absolutely indispensable, and I highly recommend him for whoever wants to make good use of it next year. It'll probably be me. Not a whole lot.
Yes. Was that Pony?
That's Fluttershy.
Yes, Pony who?
Yes.
So yeah, not a lot to say for VIPR except we're ready to rock and roll and have a great con.
Excellent. Bosun, our vice chair.
Hey.
Do you have any updates you want to give us?
No, I don't really have any updates. Just a basic sum-up of what my job is. Your job is to put on a great convention, to make sure our attendees have the best time possible. My job is you. I am to make sure that you are taking care of yourselves, that you are having a good time, and that you don't completely lose your mind. Okay? So I will be in your nose. I will be in your business. I'll be around smiling and hugging and making sure everything is good with you because you are the people I care about most during this convention. So.
Yep.
All right.
We have some last minute updates from people on our little Slack. I told them to. Oh wait, where is? Oh, there they go. Let's see what we've got. Oh, I didn't even. I was supposed to send something and I never sent. Send it now. There we go. Let's see. So I'm just going to read off what people sent. Miss Tender, Charity. Charity would like folks to know that they can start dropping off their gently used items, new items, and gift certificates on Thursday evening around 6 p.m. Cypress C. If they're wondering if we will accept the item or have other questions, please write to us at charity@babscon.com.
Yep. I will
Excellent.
answer your questions.
And apparently nobody else has any updates. Wow. Ops. If you'd like to, please do.
Okay.
There weren't any updates in the place where I said, "Hey, everyone, put your updates." So.
Okay, so ops is moving along real well. Obviously, logistics sounds pretty good. Con support, we have our head right over there. Not con support. Con support head over there. Gophers over there. So we're looking for a fun con. If you need anything from us, hit us up at con support, and we will help you out.
Excellent. I also told them about not to store things in the storage. Like we have no space. I know
we have no space. We really don't have space, folks. We really
Sell
don't.
plushies.
Yeah.
Sell plushies.
Sell plushies.
Yes.
You need to go to our con store and buy a plushie for every member of your family and give it to them for Christmas.
But if your folks aren't pony fans, then what?
Well, then they'll become pony fans after you give them the gift.
Golden Gates is so awesome that I must now watch every single series of the show for all 8 seasons, and then they will come to our con.
And then say, I never saw Golden Gates.
Technical detail.
Yeah. Where's Golden Gates in the show? That's hilarious. All right. Also, I gave this little. Hang on a second. Hey, everybody. Oh, that's so nice. I gave this little update yesterday. This kind of goes on with HR. HR was like, "Hey, come to the HR room, pick up your badge, sign the waivers, pick up your staff lanyard, pick up your staff shirt." But there will also be a special staff gift this year that all staff are getting, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. You're going to have to come and show up and get your badge. Not even the execs know. This is literally like me going rogue. Our business department doesn't know. I spent a lot of money on that. Anyway, but I hope this isn't recorded and put on our YouTube channel or anything. So for my wonderful staff, thank you guys so much for being staffers. Like, you guys are amazing. Thank you guys too. Hope you like the gift. You will definitely want it like before you start working. Like, this isn't I was thinking, oh, should I give it after? No, this is a before thing. You're gonna want it.
It's a vaccination.
No, I thought
Okay, so now we will be going to breakouts. If you have, please eat some pizza. For all the Bab streamers that missed it at the beginning, we have pizza here. You should come to our in-person meetings next year. And so breakouts, talk to your leads, talk to stuff. We want to keep it short. How many? Like 15 minutes?
Yeah, we don't need that long.
Yeah.
Not this time.
Please. So we'll be back at 12:45. You'll have 15 minutes to talk amongst yourselves, eat some pizza, and do fun things. People on the live stream, if you have questions, put them in the chat, and I'll be sure to answer them either in the chat or afterwards before we go to our rodeo games. Also, people in the live stream, the rodeo games is the main part. That's the part you want to watch, so please watch it. I'm going to mute the mic, so if anyone asks, why is it muted? It's because we're doing breakouts. Thank you guys so much for being so cooperative. You are lovely streamers. I love you very much.
everybody gone to the bathroom? This is a stress test. There's no going to the bathroom during the rodeo games. You have to hold it. I'm kidding, man.
All right. All right, all of our BABSCon in-person staffers and all of our BAB streamers, we are back. We will be doing some rodeo games. We have our Flair people here, we have Bozen here, and we have, oh my God, Simon here. I'm just like, oh, so many people. We have Simon here who are going to be helping us out. We're going to be learning all about what to do and what not to do at con. So please listen to them. This is the most important thing in this video. So please, please, please watch and listen and learn. Take it away.
Hey, okay. First of all, thank you all for being here. I know this is tough. We're taking a whole weekend from you next weekend. Now we're taking time off you from this time. Committing yourself to a convention and giving yourself the time, volunteering this type of time is incredibly valuable and is incredibly necessary to run a convention. And it's an incredible big sacrifice on your part. Time is very valuable. Okay, and I appreciate you sharing some of your time with us to help run this convention. We're going to start off, I think, with Flair, and then we're going to go through radio procedures and con-op procedures before we get to the meat of the rodeo games. So we'll just do it in that order. Good.
Like I said earlier, I am Gordon. I am Flair second. If you find anybody sleeping in the con space, you do not touch them. You do not put your hands on them. You can try to talk to them to wake them up, but if you find somebody injured, you call Flair. What else?
What was that?
You put me on the spot. People fighting. People fighting. Don't get involved. You call Flair. Peace bonding. If you see attendees walking around with prop weapons, send them over to Flair so we can peace bond them, so that we can make sure that we've given them the spiel.
Well, that made up what? That counts.
No. Yeah, we'll deal with the drunk people.
Can you explain peace bonding, please?
Peace bonding is we have talked to the person about what is and is not allowed at the con with their weapons. You know, they are allowed to pose with them.
During rodeo games and while we're doing this, you have to raise your hand, guys. It's way too small of a room. And wait till them to call on you before you interject. Thank you.
So, and then once we peace bonded, that is a way of letting everybody know that we have given them that spiel, that we have told them the rules, and that if they break those rules, those weapons have to go away, whether it's into their car, up to their room, whatever.
But I think someone was asking about what if they already have a peace bonded weapon from a pre-convention or
If they have a peace bonded weapon from another convention, it needs to get peace bonded again. It cannot be.
Yeah. How can we tell if they've gotten it peace bonded here? Do we like wrap them?
We have zip ties that we put on them.
All right. What color?
I think ours are yellow.
All right.
They'll be bright. They'll be in a place where you can see it, but it's not obstructing the prop.
Okay.
Get a question?
Yeah. This, hold on, wait. This has to be peace bonded.
Maybe.
Your prop sword.
Prop sword and shield and
Yes.
rope. Possibly.
Yes.
I'd have to look at it in person. Bring it on.
Yeah.
When in doubt, peace down.
When in doubt, ask.
I wasn't sure, but you have to be down.
Seizures?
To walk around the car, suddenly ask me.
If you see somebody having a seizure, procedure is on their side?
Yes.
Yeah.
On their side, call Flair.
We'll run through procedures of medical during rodeo games, but we'll definitely cover that.
Well, because like my cousin here, she has
Epilepsy, grand moles and stuff? Grand moles and stuff? Yeah. So,
I know there's
if
like
you...
certifications, so.
If you're with them, just help them on their side. Call Flair so we can make sure that they're okay. Then we can. If they don't want help, we have all the forms to deny whatever, but we have certified physicians stuff on. Yeah, we have EMP or or paramedic or whatever.
Yes. I was just wanted to say if anyone has questions about seizure procedure. Yes. I have been medically trained during my paraeducator days, so I can.
And let me solve it. And I appreciate what you're saying. Don't do that. I'm going to give you all the instructions you need for your medical procedures of everything, and I appreciate that. I'm sorry to jump on you about that.
Okay.
I will run through this in the medical part of the rodeo games about what we're supposed to do, what we're not supposed to do. Some of you have already been through this part. We'll run through it again and stuff. Please.
So you said to call Flair.
Yes, we will
How do
have
I know what your phone number is?
That number is going to be on the back of your badge.
Yay!
All right.
Oh.
As well, the number for
support.
Also, we have people all around the con with radios. If you can't find the number or if it got rubbed off or whatever on the back of your badge, find one of them. They will radio it in.
One more. Is it on all the badges and not just the attendee badges?
It should be on all badges.
Because last year was
And
not.
Flair's badge this year will be yellow.
Oh, thank you. Anything else? No?
Well, you'll be here in case there's other questions. I'm sure we'll have them.
I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. Like I said, any other questions for Flair, we'll probably stumble them across them during the rodeo games themselves. Do you have something directly for Flair?
If you can't find a Flair person, look for a con mascot. We're big, bright, and very colorful. We will get you to Flair as quick as possible.
I already know what you both look like, so.
Okay, I'd like to ask our ops king to go through radio procedures, please, and please pay attention to this if you're carrying a radio. Most of you won't, some of you will, so if you are, pay attention.
All right. On screen, on stage, on something. Okay, radios. This actually is what we're going to use. So for this year, for radios, the people who get them, you have to come to ConOps, sign them out. They will get the radio for the event, and you need a new battery. Come back to Con Support. Sorry, ConOps Support, and we'll refresh your battery. Okay. Make sure you take care of the radio. They are kind of expensive, and we are borrowing or renting them. Okay. There'll be a radio repeater, which will help extend the range of the radio, so it should work all over. As far as using the radio, it's pretty straightforward. You'll have a little earbud thing and a little lapel mic. That's how we're going to give them to everybody this year. Hold the mic about an inch from your mouth. Speak in a normal tone of voice. Don't scream into it, please. And you should be okay. Push, wait a second or so that the repeater can come up. It does take about a second. Okay, so if you grab it and you go, hey, it's not going to hear you. Okay, it'll be cut off. It'll sound weird. The other thing is, always maintain a calm voice on the radio. A, it makes it easier for you to hear. B, when you're screaming into this thing in an absolute tizzy panic, okay, we usually can't understand what's going on, which means it's just going to delay the amount of time that we're going to get to helping your problem out, okay? I understand it's serious and it's bad. Calm and cool and collective when you're on the radio. Also remember, these are easy to listen to, so just expect attendees to be listening. Let's watch out what we say on the radio. If you're not willing to stand on a table and yell it across the room, probably not something you should be on the radio, okay? If you do have sensitive information that you don't want to share with the world like that, house phones are all over, and your back of your badge will have the number for support and where. So you can always call us for those things on the phone, okay? If your message is going to be long, okay, please, please, please go find a phone and come up and visit Con Support, because other people might need to use the radio for an emergency while you're giving your dissertation on why ponies shouldn't be yellow. Yeah, 2 questions.
Question from the live stream. Will InfoDesk get a radio or a phone?
InfoDesk gets a radio, I believe.
Excellent. And then just someone wanted to reiterate, earlier we were talking about seizures. Don't put anything in a seizing person's mouth.
We'll cover all that.
We'll cover all that.
I just wanted to make sure, because it's very emphatically written down.
The easiest way to deal with that, call flare.
Yeah, call flare. Okay.
Yes.
What's the word for emergency situation and, you know, only certain radio traffic goes through, like protocol for
clear the channel.
Clear channel.
Yeah, clear the channel.
What's that mean?
Let's say usually we don't announce things like fire, emergency, whatever. I don't mind people saying I have an emergency, okay? I'm all kind of okay with that. It's not really something I want to stand on top of the counter and scream, but I want at that point everybody to hear it. It's on the radio. And if you hear somebody say, I have an emergency, everybody be quiet. The only people that should be on the radio at that point is the person reporting it and con support. Okay? Those are the only two people that should be on the channel talking. Another thing, most of your radios will not go on to the flare channel right over here. However, if you somehow end up with a radio with that capability, please, please, please do not go onto their channel. It is their channel. It's their little home. It's their little world. They have their own way of doing things. You will just annoy them. And you don't want to annoy flare. Trust me, I've tried it. It's not good. Okay? I don't know. I think I covered everything.
And a few other things. A few other things that you need to know if you have a radio. No proper names. You want to use your name, I don't really care. Okay? If you're trying to locate a staff member, I don't really care. That's fine. Do not use a proper name of a guest or attendee over the radio. Call up ConOps and get your information that way. I do not want to broadcast somebody who's here just as an attendee's name on the radio. They could have someone standing next to someone who has a radio, and all of a sudden, oh my gosh, what happened to Susie? Okay? No proper names over the radio with the exception of staff. All right? No guest names. Please. We have phones and cell phones and stuff for that. You don't need to do that at all. Also, if you need to talk on the radio, find a quiet place to do it, please. If you can. If you're in the middle of a massive riot, do the best you can. But if you need to talk, try and find some place that's quiet. Don't do it in the middle of the dance area. Get it off to the side so the people on the other end can hear what you're saying, because these mics are really hypersensitive. They will pick up all noise around them really easily. And it's not going to care whether it's your voice or the voice of the band. Okay? Okay. All right.
Onward now. So somebody is onward.
Okay. Rodeo games. Basic rules of rodeo games are, if you were here last time, it's the same thing. I'd appreciate you raise your hand if you have a question, or if you have an underarm stain. If you have a question, please raise your hand, or if you have the answer, raise your hand. I'll call on you. I'll try and be fair and go around as much as I possibly can. Let's please do it that way. Sometimes I'll wax funny with levity. It's my privilege. Okay? If the whole room just wants to tell jokes all day, we're never going to get out of here. So do me the courtesy.
But we're doing a premiere thing afterwards.
Okay.
I believe.
Let's cover a few things real quick. We touched on the subject of medical, so let's cover that and just get through that really quick. If you find somebody on the ground seizuring, which we just talked about, he's on the ground, she's on the ground, whatever, the person's on the ground, they're in the middle of a seizure, okay? What would be your first thing to do? Show of hands, please. Go ahead.
Clear the area of any dangerous energy.
Okay, good. Next. Yes.
Get someone to roll the person on their side.
No. I'll tell you why in a second.
Okay.
Yes.
Call flare.
Call flare. What if you're by yourself? Then you can't reach flare.
And I don't have a cell phone?
Can't reach flare. A lot of places in this hotel's dead to radio phones.
Well, if you have no service, go find somebody who has a radio on them.
You're close with going fine. One more, and I'll give you the answer. Go.
Get an attendee or anybody to call flare.
Okay. First of all, never leave the person. Period. Anytime you have a medical emergency, that person's on the ground. Once you're there until you're relieved. That has to be clearly understood. You do not leave a medical emergency on the ground to go get help. Okay? If you do not have a phone communication, all right, if you can't raise them by phone, you ain't got a radio and stuff like that, you're in the middle of a hotel. What do?
You yell out loud,
Yell out loud. Yell for help. Don't yell fire. Please don't yell fire.
Say help, Flair.
Don't
Help,
do
Flair.
that. Just
Help,
yell
Flair.
help. I need help. I need help. You yell that loud enough, you're going to empty almost every room in this place. It's really, even in the parking lot, you're going to get people to respond. Okay? Yell out. As soon as the first person arrives there, what was the next thing that you do?
You're off to that.
Yes.
Tell them to get help and they report back to you.
Okay. Now, here's a question for you, and it's worth a prize.
That's staff.
Okay? What if the person is not a member of the convention? Goes to the front desk. What size shirt you wear?
Medium.
Medium.
Yeah, mediums.
Give me a large.
We have up to 2XL,
There you go.
but we'll have more 3XL, 4XL.
Yeah, you guys are all going to get these anyway. I'm just giving them out here. Okay, yes. If by chance you the person is a hotel guest, have them go to the front desk and get help. It's a medical emergency. Okay? Now, what medical aid can you render that person? And the answer to that is very little. Okay? You can try and make them comfortable, make sure they don't hurt themselves, but unless you are specifically trained to do so and certified to do so, you are not to do it. I'm sorry, but you're just not. There's no guesswork in this. Okay? You have to give them what little help you can give them, but as soon as you start going into a gray area, well, I wonder, stop.
No.
Okay? Yes.
Rosen, people should really make sure that they identify who is with that person because their loved one or friend or partner might be there. And that's a really good resource person to like.
Oh yeah. You gather. You don't share everybody away.
There's people just standing around.
If there's a
figure
friend,
out who's.
if there's a friend there, a friend's going to tell you. There's all sorts of. You got to remember, this is not a black and white area. It's a rainbow of possibilities of different things that could happen. You could have a relative there, family there, anybody there. You could have nobody there. Okay, you play the scenario as it pays out. But as I said, number one thing is that person's safety. Make sure they can't hurt themselves, and this goes for any medical emergency. Okay, and if you are not qualified to do anything with them, if you're not first responder certified, don't render first responder response. Don't do what you saw in emergency, okay, or any other show on TV. Please don't. We will get help there. We will get help there as soon as possible to help the person. Yes?
What if they're thrashing?
If they're thrashing, then you just make sure there's nothing near them that's gonna hurt them and stuff. I've had 2 kids that have grand mal seizures all the time. It's funny that I've taken the kids into the emergency room and I've had nurses not know what to do when they go in grand mal. They were like they were freaking out because it was an infant.
Grand mal seizures.
Yeah. But if you try and bind them, if you try and pick them up, you try and hold them, try and do anything like that, you're gonna do more harm than good. Make sure there's nothing around to hit them, hurt they can smack into. Okay, don't put anything in their mouth, nothing like that. And if it's a regular grand mal seizure, a couple minutes, they'll go to a relaxed state. And just keep them calm. Okay. So that's all you really need to do. Now, for any other medical emergency, because I want to run through this part really quick. We've already covered this in other games. Stuff like obvious injury. You saw it happen. Okay? Person falls, hurts themselves. Tell them to stay down, keep calm, contact condoms. Excessive, they're bleeding. They fall, they cut themselves, bleeding all over the place. Okay? Get something, have them apply pressure. Okay, if they can. Don't you minimize your blood contact as much as possible. Call help. Okay, call Flair. And Flair has a whole method, has the medical guy that's going to be there to help out. All right, medical assistance it happens a lot during a convention, a lot more than I actually care to admit. But you can do your part mainly by keeping the situation calm and keeping yourself calm, and just keeping the person calm. Maybe all they need is just for you to keep them calm until help gets there. So. Okay. Now, children. You're walking down the hallway up here, you see a child that's evidently lost standing in the middle of the hallway. Show your hands, what is the one thing you do not do?
Take them away.
Yeah.
Put hands on the child?
Well, don't do that anyway. Here, do you want a cookie? You get a cookie or a pop or anything for that really obscure answer. Thank you. Okay, that's what the thumbs were. That's all right. Yes.
Remove them from the area.
Remove them from the area. Good, you can pick
Do
up.
not.
Do not remove them from the area.
remove them from the area.
I thought he said do not. It was my fault. Do not remove them from the area. You meant to say do not, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
The
good.
question was what do not do, and then he said
Do not remove the child from the area. The parent could be in the room next to it. The parent could be going to the bathroom. The parent could be looking for the child and has already looked in the places you're going to take the child in. Okay? So do not remove the child. Stay with the child. Make sure he's calm. Call ops. Call Flair.
And if you
Okay.
can't get hold of anybody, you yell. You still yell for the person. You still have to come and say, you don't come. You don't pick up hold there. You just yell anyway, right?
Yes, but not for the kid. Just keep calm. Someone's going to
say your phone is at a certain time.
Yeah. You just.
Well, if your phone's at a certain time, because that's wonky service, then what?
You just stay with the kid. Someone's going to come by. You're in a hotel.
Yeah.
You're good. You're good. Okay. Like I said, I'm just running through the really basic ones we've covered several times before because there's a whole area I want to get into, and I want to kind of gloss over what we've done already. Okay, medical, we talked about that. Other emergencies, any emergencies, general emergencies. Okay, general emergencies are what I call con stoppers. Okay, meaning that if a general emergency actually hits, the con is suspended until the emergency stops, period. Major fires, all right? Major fires, your responsibility as a staff of a convention during a major fire is get out, okay? That's your responsibility. Now, if you're in a room and you got a panel going and a fire alarm, it would be nice if you helped the people out. Open that exit door and kind of get them out. Please don't knock them out on the way out. But still, your first responsibility is to get out of that hotel. Take the exits they tell you to do and protect yourself. All right? Active shooter. Okay? An active shooter. If you are inside a panel area room, you got a bunch of people in there, and someone sticks his head in there and goes, "Man, there's a dude shooting up the place." What would be your first move? And this would be worth a t-shirt. You.
Stay in that room.
That's good, but it's not the answer every time.
Could have people exit through the back doors.
There you go. What size t-shirt you wear?
Large.
Large. There you go.
Let's never see exit.
Well, you. Oh no, I think
Is it?
Yes. You got. If you have exits in the back. If you have an exit in the back. Oh, here you go. If you have an exit in the back that goes back to, just a second please. If you have an exit in the back that goes back to service areas, get them back there. If not, you stay in the room and just, there's not much you can do until you get other direction. Bar the door. Stick stuff in front of the door if you have to, that kind of stuff. So, yes?
Well, the bedroom only has one entrance and exit. Then what?
I guess you're screwed. you just bar the door, like you said, yes. Yeah.
Bar the door is really simple, guys. There are all of these chairs stacked.
Because
stack the chairs and 2 rows in front of the door, and then 2 rows behind that, and all you have to do is put a table, and they can't move that. I don't care if you can lift 500 pounds, you can't move that high stack of chairs.
Absolutely.
And there was
Yeah.
a can get people out of the pavilion, but it's like plastic out there, so.
Oh yeah, the pavilion would be an easy exit. It's called a knife. Yeah.
But it's
Okay, earthquakes, same thing as a fire. Okay, you get people, you hide underneath desks or whatever you need to do. You exit. If you're up on the 6th floor, how do you get out of this hotel? Stairs. Right. Go down the stairs.
Get the Wonderbolts!
Same with fires.
Jump out the window. This is a question for getting out, for the people who are like in wheelchairs and things like that. How do we help them get out?
If they're up here
Yeah.
and stuff like that. If there's a functioning elevator, okay, but I really couldn't answer that question except the firemen. And wait till they get an elevator working. Because firemen, that's one of the first things that firemen do if they've got to evacuate the hotel, they make sure they get a working elevator to get people out. So I would imagine the answer to that question is, if you were having a meeting in this room here, and you have some people who are not mobile, and you have a major earthquake, and the elevators possibly or may not be the safest route in the world, they may have to wait until they're actually evacuated out here. You're not going to try and get them down the stairs, obviously.
Right.
So, yeah, that's, I hate to say it, but that's just one of those things where it is going to have to wait for the professionals to come. So, okay, yes?
On that note, when there's sprinklers in all the rooms, you just reach up, break the sprinkler sensor and make it go off, stay in that room until the firefighter arrives.
No, that water's gonna be so stinky.
The only option you got until
Well, if the whole place is blazing on fire and that's your only option, then fine. I wouldn't do that though, because the systems are, you might actually pull water from an area that needs the water because they're central systems. But I don't know. Like I said, if that's a good idea, if the place is like burning around it.
Yeah, you're at fire.
Okay. Let's see. All right. Logistics. Okay. You're asked to help move equipment. The thing is too heavy to move. What would be the first thing you would do? Yes.
Team lift.
Team lift. What if you're the only one?
No. Radio for assistance.
There you go. Ready for assistance. You can have a treat. That's what I wanted to hear.
Awesome.
There you go. Yeah. What's another option besides radio for assistance? Take the one in front.
Okay.
Guys, this ain't Jenga or whatever the heck that name is.
I wanted a green one.
Yes, what? Yeah, we'll ask for help. What is another option? Thank you. Mechanical assistance. This whole place is full of carts. Okay? Go get a cart. All right? Remember, work smarter, not harder, especially in logistics. If you see somebody straining with the box and it's obvious they're having difficulty with it, and you say, let me help you with that, brother, and he says, oh, I got it. What do you not do? You don't believe in him because he obviously ain't got it. He's hurting trying to get this box up. Okay? There's no macho man contest here. Okay? You say, look, you can tell him, say, look, dude, you're obviously struggling. It's just me and you. You worry about your ego? Let me give you a hand here. Okay? And by then, if you kind of shame him into it, he'll let you help. All right? But you really got to with some people. They get stubborn sometimes. So make sure everybody, if they need a hand, give them a hand. Most people are pretty grateful for the assist. Right? If you're not doing anything, you find yourself just parked and stuff like that, looking for something to do, especially on opening and closing days, go find logistics. Go to ConOps and say, hey, I'm here, I got some time on my hands, you need help with loadouts, you need help with packing. Okay? They will find stuff for you to do. I'm sure they will need help. Keep that in mind. I expect the execs, if your people are sitting around and it's during loadouts, please loan your people out. Okay? All right, let's see here. I really am skimming over a lot of stuff because, like I say, we covered this stuff before, and a lot of it is just basic courtesy on how we treat each other and how we treat other people. We're going to cover that in the final portion of the Rodeo Games today. But I wanted to hit on specific items. Line control. If you're in charge of putting charge of a line, right, snaking all over the place, give me a few of your responsibilities as line control. No, no.
Give her a cookie. For any person with maybe disabilities, and then have a chair ready or get a chair if they're struggling to stand.
That's actually very good. If you can find a chair for someone who's having a difficulty standing, that's a good answer. But where can that be a problem?
Oh, I wasn't answering that one.
Yes.
There can be a fire emergency if there's a chair in the front.
So when you do that, thank you. Where you do that, make sure it's not on a stairwell, open way. Okay? If they're against the wall and the line's not really moving, yeah, that's a nice thing to do. Yes, good.
Briefly on the subject of disabled congoers in line, how will we be able to tell it's not always obvious?
Well, actually, they're badged. Is that the question you're trying to stress?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
yes, I'm trying to point out the new badges.
I was going to get to that. But
okay.
Okay. People that do have mobility issues, we do have a special badge for them. I don't have the decal and stuff, but it's
Little Bonita's Lighthouse. It's the cutie mark for Little Bonita,
Thank you.
It's not just mobility disability. It's anybody who's gone to the access desk and expressed a need for extra support. They will get that on their badge. It will give them front of the line privilege, early entry into panel and main event spaces.
Is that front of, okay.
The access desk, which will be next to the info desk, Simon, right?
Yeah, it'll be next to the
They are the people that will have the conversation with the person about how we can support them having a successful convention. From a staff point of view, once you see Little Bonita's Lighthouse, the little sticker on their badge, the conversation's been had, they just get the access.
Is that in front of the royal people who
That
are...
is at the same place. It's kids. My understanding is that the sponsor tier, the kids with their parents, and the accessibility all have early entry in front of the line.
Yeah, but there's going to be an order of people.
Yes.
I have number stickers for the people in the top sponsor packages.
Okay.
The first person who registered for Royal gets in first.
Yes.
So afterwards,
there-
we should
there
have
will
a
be-
conversation so that panel staff understand what that is.
Since we are talking about the people that are going in first, every single seat in that space will be empty. It should, I feel like whatever order we decide on should be fine. I would like to stress that for specifically for the kids, but also probably maybe for the accessibility, there will likely be seats that are for the kids. Like kids are usually like front row because they're small and they can't see because our rooms are not tilted, you know. What it is, it's less about who gets front of line access, and it is more about what seats are available to them. If there are seats there that are specifically for accessibility, that's where the accessibility people go. It's less about ordering of the line. That's not important. It's about seats.
Well, I
No, it's actually
it
how
is
long
important,
you have.
actually.
They're both important.
But how long you wait is important to families and people with disability because
Of course,
the.
we're talking about
the-
front of
yeah.
line access. There will be access first.
I mean, honestly, let's ask the question: how many people were we talking about of the Royals? How many did you guess?
If we just do the top two packages first, it's
Okay,
25
so how many
people.
persons?
25.
About 25 people.
And then we have 50
So,
and 60.
Yeah,
or 60 and
any
50.
given that, I would say actually, if there was a decision to be made on this and stuff, I would stagger, and I can't imagine any Royal having a problem being staggered with someone who has a disability. I really don't. We've done that before in other conventions where we've had head of the line privileges for high end people, and staggering is all that we've ever done and stuff. So it's never been a real issue at all.
Well, except that we promised them that they're going in order of the packages. Can you put them in at number 25?
And you think they'll have an issue with
I don't
going
know.
ahead of
All
somebody
I
in a
know
wheelchair?
is what's represented. All I know is what's
Yes,
been
I do.
represented.
Well,
Do you really think that if 25 people dash in first and then everybody else can go in and then the other top packages can go in, that would be an issue?
No,
And as
it-
far as seating is concerned, I want to address
I don't
that
think
too.
I don't think it really be. That's why I asked how many it was.
Yeah,
So I don't.
we
I
up
don't.
to 25 in first and then.
Yeah, 25 wouldn't be a problem if
Okay.
you're talking a lot of
She'll
higher
go
numbers than
quickly.
that.
The smallest panel room holds how many people, man?
100.
Like
Okay.
100 and something. So like,
But as
where
far as-
these specific 25 people go in or what order is whatever, I feel can be handled by an intelligent individual who can make a decision. I think staggering is a good idea. If there are no accessibility needs and there's just royal ponies, let them in. Like this is I think. It's
I think
a
someone in a
simple-
wheelchair, I'm not
I think
talking
it's
about
simple.
that. I'm talking more of the families with the kids.
Well,
and the
honestly,
whole thing.
but honestly though, if you're talking 25 or 30 or whatever, and we're just allowing access, okay. I mean, that whole group will be through the door within about a minute and a half. I mean, it doesn't take any time to allow.
BABSCon has always given children and their family front of the line first access since year one.
I think there's the term we use, front of line first access, is probably not a good term to use because first implies very first. Priority access. There. People get priority access if you're in a wheelchair, you get accessibility, priority access. Okay. If you're a child with an adult, priority access. Please be good about it.
All right, as runner of the rodeo games, I'm going to make a priority call here. This is sorry. This is a decision we can make later.
Yes,
We
it
can
is.
talk about this later after the meeting and work out what is the best for
Okay.
everything. It really doesn't, it's really irrelevant to the rodeo games at this time.
Okay.
So let's discuss this later and we'll go ahead and handle that. Okay. All right. This part of the, yeah.
Back to lines.
Oh, sorry, I meant to go back to you. Go ahead.
If you are in charge of a line, make sure it does not go in front of a doorway. Make a gap in between the space of the door so that people have free access in and out of that doorway. Fire exits, panel rooms, bathrooms, hallways, all need to have free access for fire safety reasons, just in case.
Yeah, even a door that looks kind of innocuous, doesn't get used, you'd be amazed on what they have the staff come right out of that door with carrying stuff. So you got to get those areas clear. Thank you very much. Okay, I got the final part of the rodeo games is responsibilities. Okay, it's covered in 3 areas. It's responsibility to yourself, dealing with others, responsibility with our attendees, and your responsibility to the convention. All right, first I want to talk about responsibility to yourself. Okay, so what is the rule you've been taught to memorize? 621. Okay, I am here to tell you that is the bare minimum, and you are the only one that can judge if it's good enough. 621 can put some people in a hospital. Okay, you have to know your body. You have to listen to what your body says. I survive on about 5 to 6 hours sleep a night only because of 20 stinking stupid boring years in the military. Some people need 10 hours and need it. Need that much sleep. Some people, and not me, are going to live off 2 meals a day. No, not in any sense of the word. There's no way. If I ate only 2 meals a day, I wouldn't even get out of bed. Okay? Showering. 1 shower, good, but maybe you need more. Okay? Kind of get, your roommate's kind of like, here's your keys, your room's down there. So, the 621 rule is a good rule. I don't want to debase it, but it's just a foundation of bare minimums, okay? It's what we expect you to at least get. If we ask you, if you look all tired and worn out, ask you, are you getting enough sleep? How much sleep do you get? Well, I got 4 hours last night. Well, you're in violation of the 621 rule. All right? That's what that rule is there for. You have to listen to your body, okay? Let's go through scenarios that some of you are going to happen. You're working at the door, okay? And you're sitting there, and you've been sitting there for a couple hours. Your legs are starting to fall asleep. What should you do? Raise a hand. Yeah.
Find another staff member and tell them to get somebody for you.
You can't find another staff member. You're there by yourself. Everybody's ignored you. You're all ticked off.
GPS signal lost.
Oh no!
No running away this time.
Why is it? Yes, on anyway.
Why is that still on? Anyhow.
Never escape.
Okay, wait a minute. I can't find anything anymore. It all disappeared. All my notes. Okay, yeah.
Make sure your knees aren't locked.
Yeah, if you're standing, definitely. Okay?
So the thing we're trying to solve is our sitting there for 2 hours and our legs have fallen asleep.
Yeah, you're sitting there for hours, you're getting cramped, your legs are falling asleep. What do you do?
Get up and shake your legs out.
There you go. What size t-shirt you wear?
Large.
Large. Large problem? There you go.
All right.
Good job. Good answer.
Thank you.
Yeah, listen to your body. Stand up. Simplest answer in the world. Stand up. Shake yourself out. Stretch your legs. Walk around in a circle. Do knee bends. Get your joints flexing. Go like this. Go like this. Stretch around. Get the kinks out. Okay? If you're working behind a desk and you've been sitting there for a couple hours, you may not be bored. You may be okay. You're having a good time. You've ate. You had food there. You had something to drink. But you haven't moved. Get up and move. Okay? Or you're going to pay for it later. You're going to try and go to sleep tonight or that night, and your body's going to be cramped. You're not going to get comfortable. All right? And that your body needs to move. Your body is moving all the time. If you think when you're sleeping your body isn't moving, you're wrong. Your body is always moving. And it has to because it's got joints it has to lubricate all the time. So when you're sitting in a position, it can get uncomfortable really quick. Yes.
Do jogs count as moving? Like a
Sure.
jog or a lap?
Well, as long as you jog in place, that's good.
Yes.
Anyhow, okay, stand up, shush. So, let's say you're sitting there for a while. You see a good example, Pony Mom.
What? No,
You see Pony Mom sitting there, and she's just like this and stuff like that, and you approach her, and she's obviously not all together there. Okay, not all together there. More than usual. I'm kidding. Anyhow, how would you help her? What would you do? Yes.
I'd probably bring a glass of water.
Okay. What would be the first thing you would do? Ask. Ask. That is a great answer. What shirt do you wear? What size? Medium. I had a medium. Medium. There you go. Yes. Ask. Ask. They may have just been thinking some depressing thought. You don't know. They're like, oh, I'm sorry, I was daydreaming. Ask. Look around at their table. Okay? Do they have water there? They got the water sitting there? Observe. It's very important. We're going to get into that a little later, too. Observe. Observe the area. All right? Have they eaten lately? You ask. Just, you want to get you something to eat? Oh, no, I'm good. Then they're good. But ask. All right? And that's a good way. Sometimes you mentioning something will key something in their head. You know, would you like something to drink? Yeah, I haven't drank anything in a while. Can you give me some water? Sure, no problem. Go get some water. So inquire, all right? That also helps because sometimes people are just too busy in their jobs. You know? Thank you. Okay. So anyhow, all these things that we do when we're sitting down, when we're at a table, when we're putting on a presentation, and all this other stuff, we're working the counters, working information booth, working registration. All this stuff we do to get up and stretch, drink some water, eat, all these stuff is due to do what? What are we trying to do our body? We're trying to relieve what?
Stress.
Stress. The number one guaranteed making sure they will never come back and work for your staff again, way of making sure they never do, is to stress your staff out. Stress is the number one reason why people do not come back to conventions. Okay? They just too much. And conventions are stressful. They're stressful. I don't really care what position you got. Door guards can get stressed out. You know, checking badges constantly, that's stressful. Like working information, that's stressful. Registration, I couldn't do registration without a bottle in front of me. That's insane how they have the patience to do that. And I'm amazed they can, but it's all stressful. Okay, now stress is something we need to look out for. What are some of the signs of stress? Hands. Who's got a sign of stress? Yes.
Constant rubbing of the forehead, or like.
I didn't think about that. Twitching. I can get you a piece of candy. Go ahead. Or a cookie. You can have a cookie or candy.
Oh no, I want a ring pop.
All right. Thank you. Isn't that candy? Yeah, that's candy. That counts. Okay. Fidgeting. Rubbing of the hands, shoulders, rubbing like this. What's another sign of stress? Yes.
Red face.
Red face, that means you're ready to beat somebody up.
Unconscious. Come on, that's worth a cookie. Come on. I just want a cookie and I'll shut up the rest of the day. Thank you.
So what does a red face mean to go
See,
unconscious?
I'm not going to get another answer out of you for the rest of the time.
You're not, that's it. I've got my cookie now.
Okay, so what's another one? Yes?
Yeah,
Well, but what's an outward sign? Give me an outward sign.
Outward sign is like...
Yeah, somebody look at you and I can tell you're stressful. You're stressed.
Like you can't complete the task that's given to you.
Lack of attention. Thank you. That's worth a candy. Here. There you go.
That's a cookie.
Yeah, it's okay.
Stand difference.
Okay, anybody else?
Excessive sarcasm in your communication.
I would be stressed. I have no idea what you yes.
That's how we're the cookie.
Hey, guys, courteous, please.
Maybe someone like shaking a leg a little bit, like no tension.
Yeah, twitchy, moving around. That's kind of with the head thing, but yes, any type of, like you're twitching around, stuff like that. You can't sit still. Yeah. Can't sit still. Yeah.
Like tricky breathing, like, you know, they're just, yeah, just like odd breathing patterns.
Okay. Last one.
Significant change in character, elevation of voice, or the shakes.
Yeah, but that's it. Different character. That's a good one. I like that. You got that one too. If I don't bring you one, a cookie or anything, it doesn't mean your answer is not good.
So what's a ring pop?
I do.
Bring it! Yeah. You can have a ring pop. You've been giving great answers. So if I don't bring you candy or anything, it's not anything personal. I'm just doing this randomly because first time I'm just bored. Okay, so besides what was named, some of the things you need to look out for is irritability, change in personality, okay? Headaches. This is something personal. It's your feeling. You're feeling stressed, you start getting headaches, okay? Believe it or not, this room is absolutely killing me right now. I'm claustrophobic. I work from heights. I paint bridges for a living, but for some reason, if I'm inside, it's really claustrophobic.
It's like a closet.
Memory loss, forgetful. Okay, you kind of lose track of what you're doing all the time. You're unable to concentrate, and a general unhealthy feeling. You ever heard that term for stress? It's kind of important. You should be, if you're in key with your body at all, you know when you don't feel good. You know, you're like, why am I not feeling good? You could have a cold. You could have the flu. You could be getting concrete early. Or you could be just stressed out. Okay? You could just be exhausted in what you're doing. Yes?
One of the things I'm doing with all the leads in my department, and hopefully it'll trickle down, is I think that there's a lot of us who, when we get a little stressed out, our habit is to just stay put in our departments. And this year, what I'm really encouraging people is have an actual schedule, have shifts. When your shift is done, do a change of geography and venue. Go somewhere else.
Outstanding. Outstanding. Actually, Babs brings up a very good point, and this is actually toward the execs more than anything else. But watch your people, okay? Don't just be concerned on how good your department is running. Be concerned on how your people are running. I'm going to be keeping an eye on everybody as I can, but you guys are working with them. You're going to see first contact that you may be overworking your staff, or it doesn't take a lot of work. It can take personal problems. You can give a person a simple task, but if they're having personal problems or something going on in their lives that's draining away, all of a sudden that task is monumental. And it takes all their effort to concentrate on and do. Focus on that. How many times during a convention, you people that are veterans of convention, have you heard this come out of somebody's mouth? Well, I don't know why they're all stressed out. Their job's simple enough. They just have to sit there. I hear that all the time. Okay? I hear it at least once a convention or something similar to that. You know, boy, they're crabby. When they're crabby, all they have to do is do that. You know, I hear it a lot. You don't know that person's problems. You don't know what's going on in their lives. And it's just as important as the problems in your life. And you need to treat it as such. Okay? So those execs, please keep an eye on your people and see if they're stressing out. Okay. All right, let's see. So what are the ways we can relieve stress? What are some examples we can relieve stress? Come on, come on, come on. Go ahead.
Eat some food, drink some water.
All right, there you go. Did you? Yeah, kick me. There you go. Yes, eat. Food, drink, water, yes.
Go take a nap.
Hey, you got it! Yeah! That was the obscure one I was going to have on my list. Oh, heck, that deserves the t-shirts. Is that 2X? 2X, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. No, I got it.
Right across the street from us, you guys, is Bayfront Walking Space. Gorgeous. Look out over the water. There's a pathway all along the water across the street.
Okay. Yeah, get out and walk around and create stuff. Let me stress one. I'll get right back to your question. I want to emphasize on the nap. Okay, the nap. The nap is really important. I love naps. I love them. I love them more than a lot of things in my life. There's times I'd rather nap than, you know. Yeah, eat pie. I'd rather nap than eat pie. Oh, wait a minute, that didn't come out. I did not mean that as a double entendre. Anyhow, you know, for a bunch of My Little Ponies, you guys are kind of nasty. Anyhow, wait. Make sure you're getting enough food. Okay? And what was did you have something to say?
You can also, if you're an extrovert, come up to a con mascot, interact with us. We swear we'll interact back. We're here to make you laugh and be entertained.
Yeah, make you smile.
I can't argue with that. But on that note, okay, find somebody to talk to. Okay, everybody's kind of got friends here, and if you don't want to, if you're mad at your friend, come talk to me. Come yell at me. Okay, you have personal permission to take me off to the side and just parade me up and down if you want. I actually can literally take it without getting upset no matter what. There's nothing any of you could ever say to me that I'm going to take personally. And I'm not just saying that to be imaginative. I promise you there's nothing. Okay? I'm just way too old and way too crabby to care. I just tear me up. I will listen and help you out as best I can. But if you just need to vent, if you just need to get mad at somebody, do it to me. Okay? I'm a much better target than anybody else. And probably most of the time you'll be mad at me and I'd be the person, so it doesn't matter. But talk to people. Don't bottle it in. If you feel stressed out about something, tell somebody, say, man, Babs is working me to death. God, what can I do? And then I'll go, well, maybe you shouldn't. That, I'm just thinking actually. Next. But anyhow, yes, talk to somebody, get it out of your system. Okay. Anyhow, so we pretty much, yeah, go ahead.
Staff Week's also a great place to go to decompress and just do.
Thank you. I forgot. I kind of forgot about that. We have Staff Feed. You can kind of relax that. You've got
talk with people.
Fables Fantasy Lounge.
No.
Quinkquake's Quiet.
No, Fables Fantasy Lounge is a panel and event space. It's an attendee space. It's not.
Queenquake's Quiet Corner.
Oh, Queenquake's Quiet Corner. Thank you.
Calming Cove, also an attendee space. Just be mindful. But it is a good place to decompress.
Okay, so yeah, those two places are good. Not Fables place because Fables is yes.
This is kind of related to what we're talking about, like trying to find a place to escape. We will be here for you as actors, but we do not want you backstage. We're sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
We had
People
an
took
issue
advantage
with
of
this
that
last year. If I don't care if they're community guests or guest of honor, if they don't have a staff member with them, and you are not VIPR, productions, or theme, get out of backstage.
Yeah, I'm like, none of my significant others are here. I'm not going to be summoning anyone, so don't try.
There is equipment back there. There are props back there. There is stuff that is legitimately dangerous.
Yeah, we covered this in the last Pony Game, and I'll cover it here. That if you don't have business back there, even if you're staff and you don't really have business back there, you don't really belong back there. If you have a reason to go back there, if you're looking for somebody, fine, do your business, get on out. There's really not a reason to hang out. And especially if you see somebody that doesn't belong and you're working back there, it's time to move them out. We got too many VIPs that we can't have people just wandering around.
Yeah, we're not your safe space. We're sorry.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So everybody's kind of cool. You understand about the stress. You really, like I said, you have many avenues here at the convention. Don't feel trapped. Don't feel trapped in your own body. Don't feel trapped in your own mind because you can't escape. You know, it's just too much. Don't feel that way. Okay? I'd rather you not walk away from your station, but we'll get you a relief and get you to what you need to do. Even if it's just go to your room and take a nap. If you ain't got a nap space, use my room for all I care. But get what you need to make yourself feel better, and so you'll be more productive than staff, and you'll enjoy yourself, because that's the whole idea of the convention. What have I said a million times? If you're not having fun doing this, then you're not doing it right. Period. It's a simple fact of conventions. You're going to be stressed. You're going to get mad a few times. That's normal. But if you're actually unhappy, then you're not doing it right. There's a problem. Okay? Let me go on to the next one. We'll keep going here. Okay. The next area is, man, ever since that stupid thing popped up with the GPS, this thing's all been messed up. So, all right, dealing with others. Okay, dealing with others. Part of the convention, the big part of it is your interaction. Okay, a lot of you, some of you are backstage, or you really don't interact much with people. Logistics, you know, you're pushing stuff down the aisleway. You politely say move, but other than that, you're really not. participating too much with the groups. But a lot of you are, and you are when you walk around when you're not on duty. You're interacting with other people, okay? Now, it's kind of a hard subject for me because personally I really don't like humans. I really think nature kind of screwed up by letting us get this far in our advancement, and I'm kind of hoping maybe a comet will come by and maybe the birds will take over again. But as it is, here we are, so we all have to get along, right? But on that note, for some people, human interaction is tough. It's tough, okay? A lot of you here are here because you're kind of extroverts. You like participation. You know, you like working with people. You love it. You thrive on it. Some people just like it. It's okay. But you're here because you have no problem with it, really. Okay? If you had problems interacting with a person, I'd be amazed that you even volunteered. But there's people out there that's going to be our guests that absolutely, positively have a problem interacting. Okay? They have problems expressing themselves. They have problems telling you what their problem is. You know? So, okay. So if you have somebody like that comes up to you and says, you know, it's obvious they're having problems explaining what they're saying, okay, or explaining, trying to get the message to you, okay, what would be your first course of action? Yes?
Have them take a deep breath.
Okay, have them take a deep breath. Yeah, have them come down. Is there anything else?
Ask questions.
Yeah, but not yet. Okay, you have a person that's kind of having a problem communicating with them. This is a T-shirt answer if you guys get it right. Yes.
You introduce yourself, and then you ask them if there's anything they need.
Yeah, that's the same thing as communication stuff. But there's one more thing. One more thing. Yeah, go ahead.
For God, no. Crap.
Okay, we'll come back to you. Yes.
Listen.
Listen. Yeah, you're gonna do that.
Don't stand over them or tower over them.
Okay, that's good, but you guys are missing the main thing here. Your environment. Look at your environment, okay? If you have a person that's having an issue to talk to you, okay, they may be having an issue because the person they want to talk about is right behind them. Or they may have an issue because they don't like crowds. Or it may be too noisy. Or it may be too personal. You can say, oh, hey, you want, oh, just a second, let me talk to this guy. Come on over, man, what's up? Let's take them away. Take them a little bit away from the circumstance. Treat them individually as a person. Deal with that person. They will appreciate the attention, okay? They will thrive on it and they'll use it. Then they'll be able to talk to you. Yeah, okay, look, this is what's going on. And they'll be able to talk to you better. Then the other stuff plays in. Listen, introduce yourself. That was a good point. Make sure they know who you are and just listen to what they have to say. They may just be asking for directions and they're incredibly shy. You know, they may have an absolute human version of Fluttershy, okay? And they come here. I've met them here. People that just cannot talk to anybody because they're so introverted. And they're going to need that help. So to make the situation as comfortable as you possibly can, take them away, introduce yourself, listen. Okay, all very important. All right?
And
ever since that thing kept screwing up my phone. Go ahead, sorry.
We do have super introverted people that volunteer their time and give tons of hours, and it is an amazing, important offering. So as staff and leads, pay attention to their needs because they're different than us crazy, opinionated, outspoken, blathery sort of folk, like anybody I know.
I love you, man.
Thank you, darling. Thank you. But really, like, you know, like I have kids that are super introverted. Anybody into Fluttershy over there? My 13-year-old, like, over talking him, overburdening him, you'll just wipe him out.
Yeah.
So just, but we do have a lot of staff who this is where they put it on the road, and they're amazing. So.
Thank you. Absolutely. Anybody have any questions on that? Good. Okay. So yeah, communication skills. Some of us can communicate really well. I just love the sound of my own voice. That's why I do this. Okay, honestly. And I mean, I do love y'all, but it's I get it. Rush just Boston people. Okay. Have you ever heard the expression? I don't know why I'm even saying this. Have you ever heard? You've heard the expression. I treat everybody the same. I treat everybody the same. You've heard people say that to you before, all of you? You know, hey, you know, I treat everybody the same. Equal. I treat everybody equal. I treat everybody the same. Don't do that. Don't do that, because not everybody's the same. It's as simple as that. You don't treat anybody worse than somebody else, but you definitely don't treat them the same. And this is really important that you remember this, because everybody is different. Everybody's going to have different needs, different wants, different problems, different desires. Okay? There's another saying that you need to know. It's called reading the room. It's very important that you do this. Okay, with anybody, especially in a conversation. Get cues. What's their mannerisms? Are they nervous? Are they scared? Are they, you know, giddy with excitement? Is their hand shaking? You know, is there someone standing behind them? You know, listening in. Does it look like they're under pressure in any shape or form? Is there anything around the environment that's making them nervous? Okay, that's why it's really see what's happening is ever since that happened, my notes scroll right back to the top every stinking time. So I got to keep scrolling back down ever since that happened. Okay, so let me get what's going on. Okay, so this is why it's important that you do kind of just pay attention. And it's tough because you're busy with other things. Okay, you're distracted, you're probably running a desk. You may have 2 or 3 people wanting your ear. Okay, so you really do have to kind of center on one person sometimes and politely tell other people, just give me a minute. And hopefully they do. All right, does anybody have any questions about that? Okay. The last thing I want to talk about is manners. Is that? Oh, that's right there. Talking to people. And we've all been taught basic manners and stuff like that, and politeness and everything else. When you're moving stuff, you've got to get stuff through a large crowd. Okay, logistics says they want this box pronto to the vendors, right? Pronto. And you got it on a cart, but you have to get through a couple lines, right? They got lines strung around all over the place, which is a factor. How do you approach this? What's the best way to do this? Yes?
Don't just shove it.
Absolutely, don't shove anybody. Get a cookie or a pop or anything. That's a good one. Good job. Absolutely. Don't just, you say, excuse me. If you have a cart or you're moving stuff, what's the best way of getting through the crowd?
Telling people I guess telling people to please move out of the way. There's only be more. There's only be more. Just trying to push stuff.
Okay. Explanation. Sometimes you don't have that kind of time. I'm looking for one answer though. What's the best way of getting stuff through a crowd?
Excuse me, please make a hole.
That's good, but there's one better way.
Ask for help.
Ask for help. And what is the helper supposed to do? Yes.
You sing a loud song as you're moving your cart around loud enough so people can hear you coming down the hallway. So they turn to look to see who's singing.
I want to see it.
Okay, let's go back to get some help. Okay. We'll keep that in mind. We'll keep that in mind. 1 second, please. We go back to get some help. Okay, get some help. Have a person, even if you don't need help moving it, have a person in front of you. Okay, you're trying to move stuff. The person in front of you going, I'm sorry, man, can we make a hole real quick, please? We got some stuff coming through. You mind if we make a hole here and just bring a hole through? Okay? Every chair has a pet peeve. Mine is this. I hate the term make a hole. I had to hear that for 20 years in the military. I did not want to hear it here. Okay? Make a hole is beyond a doubt the rudest statement you could ever yell out. Well, I can think of ruder, but that's the rudest one without cursing. Okay? Make a hole is incredibly, and it pops up every now and then. What happens is you get anxious, you get excited, and you want to, oh man, I can't get through this crowd. Make a hole, people! Nothing destroys the magic of a convention quicker than that. You know, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Look at, we got these cosplayers over here. They're beautiful. Look at that pony. Look at it. Make a hole! Please, manners, guys, manners. Please, thank you, excuse me, goes 100 miles for you.
How about
Okay?
coming through?
Coming through.
Yes.
So I've been moving some stuff around the Con before. What do you do when you run into people, like just the regular Congoers who start calling around and shouting that? Like, how do you?
What's that?
How do you deal with Congoers that want to be?
That happens. I know that happens a lot. That's why it's good to have a person in front, because the person in front say, "Thanks, dude. We got it. We're good." And stuff. And to be honest, the problem with convention with the attendees are there's not much you can do really. You don't want to tear them aside and say, "What's wrong with you?" The best you can do is say, "Thanks for your help. We're good," and then keep going on. That's going to happen.
But always thank them for trying to help you, because
Yeah.
that usually calms everything.
Yes, they don't really know better because they haven't been in, the rodeo games. But yeah, just thank them and hopefully they won't do it again. That's always good to have a runner in front if you can get one. So
I just look at him and say, hey, my vice chair said he hates that term make a hole. Don't let him hear you say that or he's going to eat their soul.
Okay. All right, so to wrap up, dealing with others matters. Just matters, okay? The convention is for 4 days. Hopefully you won't have to deal with anything more in depth than just what we talked about here. Okay? There may be circumstances, and you can't cover them all. I don't care if we have rodeo games until the end of time. When you're dealing with humans and you're dealing with different personalities, you're going to have different circumstances. You're going to have people offended over some of the stuff that you think is absolutely silly, but it's very personal to them, okay? And you may say something that sounds silly, and it's going to offend somebody. Believe me, I'm in that boat all the time, because I have no checkpoint between A and C. B doesn't exist. I just tend to say stuff, all right? And I'm apologizing profusely a lot. I understand this, and it does happen. But just remember that not everybody sees things the way you see, okay? So be courteous and be polite, and everybody's having a good time. Because that's all we're really here to do, is just have a good time. So, yes?
Tangentially, last year we had some issues with people just being outright hate mongers, like hate speech. Either they were saying it or they were wearing like, those little pony armbands that, make fun of the swastika or whatever. That's inappropriate for this convention, and so please try and call that out. I guess we're trying to be better this year.
Let me emphasize on that a little bit.
If you're Jewish.
Do not directly call that out. Please bring it to our attention. Bring it to ConOps and Flair's attention. If you see anything that's considered hate monger speech, anything that's derivative of somebody's sexual orientation, race, belief structure, religion, I don't care what
I'm
it is.
Jewish.
If it's hate mongering, if it's meant to hurt somebody's feelings, I want to know about it. We want to know about it. And if possible, we'll take the right procedure on that. Please do not approach them directly. Please don't.
Yeah,
do that.
go to them.
Yes.
They'll do it.
And we're also doing Hayden's this year.
I was gonna actually let you cover that whole thing. I really
Then I'll
was
wait.
up to this. Yeah, I wanted, because even with all the thing on it, you're much better explain it than I am. Okay, let's see. Let's go right back to the time. Okay, so I'm not going to beat that to the ground. You guys are all great people, nice people, so I'm not really worried about that. Dealing with the convention, number 3. That's right, we're almost done. There's 2 things in a convention. There's emergencies and non-emergencies. Okay? Now, I'm going to say something, and you guys tell me if it's an emergency, or raise your hand and tell me. Missing gear.
Non-emergency.
Non-emergency.
Unless it has something to do with production, then it might.
Missing gear, not an emergency. Okay?
Do I get a cookie?
Does that count?
I want a ring pop. I need to answer something for a ring pop.
I'm kind of.
Oh, wait.
All right, if you're gonna pass them around, at least give them to the rest of the table.
Hey, I ain't guilty.
Take it to the rest of the table.
That's okay. They took that. All right.
Angry piranhas. You want a cookie?
Okay, so let's keep going with this. Power loss. You lose power to the main stage. Emergency, not emergency.
Not emergency.
Not emergency or emergency. Which is it, guys?
What is it? Power loss. Emergency. Emergency.
Nope. Not emergency.
It's not.
Power loss is not an emergency because you can lose a power loss in a hotel at any given moment, at any given time. All it takes is somebody to go turn the power back on. Okay, we do not treat power loss as an emergency. Let's see. Minor crime. You see somebody stealing stuff out of the vendor's lounge. Emergency, non-emergency?
That's emergency.
Yeah, urgency.
No. I'm going to give you one that's emergency. You'll get it right. No, that's not an emergency. Personality conflicts, not an emergency. People missing. You can't find them. They're supposed to be on station. Not an emergency. Pretty much anything that can get you worried is not an emergency. There's very few things that are considered an emergency. Okay, the reason I stress this is because running a convention, you do not need to treat everything as an emergency. Okay, you can get anxious. We need to get a box on stage because we're ready to go. And then yes, but that does not constitute running. That does not constitute yelling. That does not constitute aggressively talking to anybody. Okay, these are not emergencies. These are just the day in the life of a convention. Okay, and they're going to happen, and they will always happen no matter how big you plan. These little items will happen. Okay, emergencies. Okay, is this an emergency or not an emergency? Fire. Yeah. Emergency. There you go. It's an emergency. A fire is considered an emergency. Okay, emergency protocol applies. A small fire, you see it at the end of the hall. You hit a fire alarm, you contact ConOps, they'll take care of it, and you bang on doors on the way out saying you got a fire there. Treat all fires like it's going to be a big fire. Okay. Same thing with any type of worker. These are emergencies. Clear the radios and treat them like emergencies. Godzilla attack, same thing.
That's possible.
Okay. Anything we consider, and this is the only stipulation for an emergency. Okay. An emergency is any time you have injured personnel, and that's a centered personal emergency in that area, or it's a convention ending emergency, meaning the convention gets suspended at that time. Okay, there's no more the convention. The only concern we have is to get our attendees out of harm's way. Everything stops. We don't finish the show. We don't finish the panel. Okay, we don't even make sure all our gear is tightly put away. First concern is to get ourselves and to get our attendees out of harm's way. All right? And then if the powers that be say everything's back to normal, the convention resumes. But up until that point, then the big boys come in and they take over and they tell us whether we can have our convention continue or not. But up to then, those are emergencies. Let's see. Okay, as I said, emergencies, you guys all know this. Because there's an emergency, okay, this does not give you a license to be a jerk, all right? Even if there's an emergency, I don't want people yelling, make a hole. I don't. I really, really don't, okay? Just be more firm. Clear the way, please. Clear the way, okay? And direct, do what you need to do. If people are worried about it, we're good. We have it under control. Thanks for your help, blah, blah, blah. Someone walks up and says, hey, I'm a doctor. Is it a medical emergency? Direct them to the medical emergency if it's a medical emergency. But that's it. All right? Right back to the topic. Let's see. If there is a big emergency, and the only reason I bring this up is because it's happened in a convention before. If there's a big emergency, do not automatically assume that your help is actually needed or actually wanted, okay? You need to kind of let the professionals do their job. You can offer assistance if you wish. Oh, do you need help getting these people? No, we got it, thank you. And that should be the end of it, okay? If you have training, if you're firefighter training or medical assist training, stuff like that, you know how to identify yourself, okay? You know how to tell them. They know the proper lingo for what you're gonna say to them and stuff, so they'll assign you accordingly if they need you. Other than that, just please stay clear. Okay, let them do their job and go about their business. Yes?
It's called self-dispatching. Don't self-dispatch. If we need you, we'll call you.
Yep, this is absolutely true. And there's nothing wrong with feeling that way, that you want to help. Because that's why you guys are here, If you were selfish, you wouldn't be here. But during a real emergency, we just need to let the guys, sorry, I'm just from a different generation. Let the people handle, the professionals handle what they need to do. Okay, is there any questions about that part of the rodeo games? Sorry to drag on a bit, but we tend to do that sometimes. Okay, I will turn the time over to for the Haven Games to them. So
Haven
Games, did I say that?
Tenant Cosplay, who's kind of known in the area,
Yeah.
is Sacramento.
Yeah, I want to stand up front so we can.
Oh,
I know
no,
him.
I don't want
I actually know him.
Stand up front. Do I have to stand up front?
You can turn the camera to work if you
Can I
want.
just turn it? Yeah. Here, we'll put the pizza out of the way, maybe. So, Tenant Cosplay from Sacramento was hearing over and over and over again from many, many of his fellow cosplayers at con that they were receiving a great deal of unwanted and intrusive and crossing the line into harassment. And so he came up with sort of a movement. It's called Cosplay Havens. It's a little lantern symbol with a couple of hearts that says Haven. And we're going to be using that. We're going to be doing Cosplay Havens this year at the con. There will be a set of locations that will have a sign that is the image of the lantern. The lantern's also going to be in the con book, on guidebook, on the website. Basically, it is a safe haven space for anyone at the con, attendees, cosplayers, anyone who feels like they are receiving unwanted attention of any kind and are needing somewhere to just get to have refuge. The people at that location are not going to be the people that manage what the other person was doing. They are going to be the people that do what? Nothing. Listen. Call con-ops. Okay? Give the person a space to be behind your door, behind your table, right? And stay with them. Then call con-ops. So the places at the convention that people can just go and get a safe space are charity, thank you charity team. Tabletop games, thank you Elliot and the tabletop team. Con support, vendors, shout out to Alex. The con store at Vendor Hall will be a location. Also, the info desk, accessibility desk will be another space. So the lanterns will be there. So if you wonder what that funny little blue lantern sign is, that's what it is. And then, so the person will get refuge until we figure out what needs to be done. Please do not problem solve with the person. Do not allow them to vent to you everything going on. That's not going to be helpful in solving the situation. You are just going, that space is just providing a staffed place. And as staff, you should be able to say if that person's really kind of not having good boundaries or intoxicated or God knows what. I mean, you can say, I'm sorry, you can't be here right now. Right? Just like you would in taking care of your space no matter what. Your lead for each of those departments has guidelines to go over with you in print, in writing. So anyone staffing the Havens areas will have written guidelines for what to do and what not to do in that space. But it's not just for cosplayers, it's for anyone that's not feeling safe. So, work? Any questions? Got it? Awesome. I want to thank Rachel and Kevin left. Rachel, who's been here all 5 conventions as a volunteer, brought it to my attention. Thanks to the board and the rest of the execs for bringing it online. It's really great.
Okay, first of all, I'm sorry I didn't give t-shirts to anybody, but he only brought like 6 or 7 t-shirts. Do I have a medium small here?
This one is not a medium.
It's an extra. I think it's
yeah.
This one might be
medium small.
An extra large might be a better.
Oh, I don't have any more medium small. Anybody wearing a medium large? Medium large, medium large?
I think this shirt is the wrong shirt.
There you go.
Give me a wrong.
Okay, I have a medium large and a medium XL.
Say large, medium large, because I think the wrong shirt.
No, that looks great. Looks good.
Are we done?
I'm just getting these out so I can get them out. What do you want? That's extra large.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Anyhow, I got one shirt left. It's an XL. You're a big dude, man. You just just want to show off. Where's February?
He's talking to finance right now.
Oh, okay. Well, tell them we're going to wrap up here pretty soon. There's Indian cat. Here we go. Okay, so yes, that does kind of wrap up the rodeo games. And is there anything else anybody needs to put out before the rodeo games, or any questions about them whatsoever? All good?
I heard people need me. Hello.
Okay.
Let me double check if the live stream is happening.
It's still happening.
I'm sorry, excuse me.
It's still happening.
Great.
So anyhow,
You're right, bud. Hey, everybody. Wow, what a great rodeo games, especially that ending, right?
Come here now. Come here.
Yeah, we'll discuss that in a second.
Happening here now. Come here also.
So, for all you BAB streamers out there, all you ones that are coming in, thank you for joining us. Basically, yeah, have a seat.
Sorry, I'm excited.
No worries.
Next time I
So, thing number one, download guidebook. Share guidebook with your friends. babscon.com/guide. There's a little button on the top right corner that's like download, and you can download it. Yes?
Andy, if they see errors, misspelling, things that we forgot to put in, what should they do?
Do we have a guidebook at babscon.com email?
I don't think so,
That
but
would be
that
good.
would be easy for the magic wizard of the...
Andy,
Yes.
I'm pretty mad because I would help to get mad at me, but she misspelled my panel.
Okay, no worries. We can fix that.
It's supposed to say Crestia, not Crestia.
So Nick, we're going to give you right now the way to get corrections done. It's
Yes.
not to talk in the meeting. You ready?
Yes.
So
How
the
about
way-
guide at babscon.com?
Guide at babscon.com.
Is that email?
Yeah, guide or guidebook at babscon.com. Both will go to the same place. So guide or guidebook at babscon.com. You can send all of your guidebook related questions, any sort of updates you want to your panel things. Yes, so guide at babscon.com. Guidebook. Hold on. Yes, if your panel's misspelled, where do you email to?
Guide at babscon.com.
Yes, perfect. Good job. Excellent. So please do that. Also, download our guidebook, babscon.com/guide. Button on the top corner to download it to your phone. You don't need internet access to continue using it. You need it obviously the first time to download it. But once it's downloaded to your phone, you don't need Wi-Fi to read things. Yeah. I'll keep this short because I know I can do this long. We're all here to have a good time, but staff is here to make sure the attendees have a good time. Please, please, please use your best judgment when it comes to delighting our attendees. They're here to be delighted, so as much as possible, delight them. You know, if people are standing in line and they have someone has an accessibility sticker and they're like clearly are not comfortable standing, offer them a chair. That's something that that is just a nice thing to do that will delight our attendees. You know, if you know, like you know, try to go above and beyond for our attendees. I like to think that we go above and beyond for our staffers. We have really cool staff shirts. Look at that. We have really cool like lanyards and badges, and we give you guys staff feed. You guys are very well taken care of, but that's all for making sure that you have everything you need to help our attendees and to make sure that they have the best time possible. BABSCon only happens once a year, and the stories that they tell throughout for the whole next year is the types of stories that they tell is going to be dependent on the kinds of interactions they have with you as staff. Yes?
Speaking of stories they tell, we will once again this year have the Babs Book of Friendship.
Oh yeah! The Babs Book of Friendship. You can find that probably in
registration area down in the main
Yes.
lobby, and it's on Guidebook on the map.
Yes! Wow! Wow!
So during open hours for the convention, it will be there to capture your own stories. So tell everybody about it.
Yes, it's a wonderful book. You can write in it. It's like Dear Princess Celestia. It's like the journal. It's like the journal that the ponies write in.
It's actually a book. You'll actually
Yeah.
need to use a pen. It's
yeah.
paper. You know.
It's a physical object. If you actually, if you go to our website, actually, there's a section for Bab's Book of Friendship that you can read, and you can see stories from last year's printed out. Also, just as a fun side note thingy, here, I want to say, let me know if this is a good.
There it is.
Like, does it look good? Does it look good?
Yep.
Great. This is the accessibility sticker. This is Bonita's cutie mark. It's the Bonita, what is it, Point Bonita Lighthouse?
It's Point Bonita Lighthouse.
Point Bonita
Here in the bay.
Lighthouse.
Or not the bay, up on the
Yes.
coast.
North end of San Francisco Bay.
Yeah.
It's a pretty lighthouse. It's a good walk. Good hike.
Okay. So this is the accessibility sticker. If anyone has a sticker on their badge, that means they've already talked to our accessibility desk.
Help them.
Help them. Do not ask people what their disability is. That's super rude. Do not question whether or not they have it. If they have this sticker, that means they have already talked to accessibility. If clearly you think someone might need this sticker, please direct them to the accessibility desk. The accessibility desk is next to info desk, which is in the lobby in front of registration.
Walk them there if possible.
Yes, walk them there, or they can go to con support. Yes, walk them there if possible, either to.
Con support's a nice option if they have not yet figured out the crazy elevator ramp down to registration.
Yeah.
It is easier to access con support than the downstairs if you have a mobility issue. Where they can
Something I told my execs earlier, but I think it's a good message for staff. Help each other out. I know it's like, wow. As staffers, we're a team. Even if obviously take orders from your lead, from your director. But if you see another staffer struggling and you're not doing anything, help them out. If registration line is super crazy and there's like 2 people at reg, help them out. It's like you click 2 buttons and you can print out a badge. So please help when you can. It's important that. Yeah.
And warning, if you're here for the badge printing party, you've now been trained on how to print the badge.
Yeah, this is a perfect opportunity to show off your badge printing skills. Also, when dealing with other staff members, when dealing with other staff members, sometimes things can get heated. Sometimes we're all stressed out. If you need to vent, please don't vent out in public. We don't need negative stories about BABSCon. We don't need people overhearing and be like, oh, I heard that this exec was really upset about whatever. Oh, and now it's going to be like on all the whatever, all the social medias. Don't vent to attendees. Also, particularly for people that are going to be managing lines, while it's important to be heard, don't yell at our attendees. Even if it is to get their attention, I would rather you speak in a medium voice 3 times in a line than to yell. People yelling is not a positive thing in general. Obviously, if someone's collapsed on the floor, you can yell help. That makes sense. That gets people's attention for an important thing. But if it's hey, don't stand in front of the door, you can calmly say that to the people. That's something that I've seen at other cons happen, where line managers are yelling at the line, and I go, not at my con, so don't do that at my con. Yes. Mic drop. So let's see what else we got. Oh, the idea of compromise. Sometimes as staffers, especially at execs when high-level decisions are made, sometimes things go wrong, and sometimes you're not going to get what you want. Sometimes things aren't going to be done your way. And to you I say that's okay. We'll learn and we'll do it better next time. Something I've said the last few meetings is there's only one name at the door. People won't. It's all BABSCon. Whatever problems that we see as staff, I guarantee you the attendees like won't see that, or they won't. We hold a magnifying glass to all of our problems because they're so big. It's our department, our one, like the Fables and Fantasy room. Like, oh, if we don't, the projector is missing. Oh my God! Like I'd be like, this is the most important thing. This is the most important problem. It's going to be the biggest issue at the con. No, it's not. That's like one room. It's going to be like 10 people in it. Hey, sorry guys, we don't have a projector. We'll have a projector in there, but just in case. Like it's not. That's not a con-stopping issue. So it is not an emergency if we have to switch 2 panels around because of something. Like that's okay. The show must go on. It'll be fine. We see it as a big problem because it's like our little world, but in the context of the con, there's so much going on. 140 programming things, 16 con event spaces. Little things. Don't make mountains out of molehills. There's no need for that. Compromise. It's okay. It is okay. It's okay. What else? People, and if things aren't done your way, if it's not like, oh, Fable presents Super Fable Awesome Time. If it's like, oh, Fable, if it turns out it's Fable presents Super Fable Awesome Time as implemented by other staffer, that's okay too. Like compromise, like it's not about you. No one cares about Fables, whatever, extravaganza. People care about BABSCon. So it's not about you, it's about the con. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Yes?
Along those lines, what if you're hosting a panel and for some reason you can't get the resources that you expected because of a decision that had to be made by the board? Or
We have in every panel room, in most panel rooms in Asterisk, there's we have like AV production people. We've hopefully, we've asked panelists what their AV needs are, and so we've put you guys in a room specific that has those things.
I mean, along those lines, don't get all bent out of shape just because something you thought you were going to have a resource.
Like it's better to, like the show must go on. We can negotiate. Like I think if I'm a panelist, let's say, and it's like, oh, we don't have the equipment we need. I think it depends. Obviously, ask the AV people. It might, maybe it might escalate to the execs. I think there's different ways to handle it. My favorite.
There has been so much communication that has gone directly to every single panelist about what we can and cannot do. Our side production team has, with a fine-tooth comb, gone over every single offering. So if someone comes and they're thinking they're going to stream something because we got internet, and they have heard multiple times, no, we actually don't have that. So we really tried to minimize, and I have to say side panels had very little tech issues with any of the panelists last year as a result. So we're hoping that we've done a lot of previewing.
I think that's why it was hard for me. I was like trying to come up with an example, but I'm like, I know for a fact that like we are pretty solid on that.
Our side panel guys, man.
They're pretty awesome.
They're awesome.
They are awesome. Don't forget, adapt, I like that. Adapt, improvise, and overcome. Nice.
I like that.
I like that. Is that Marines you said? It's the Marines. Shout out to all the Marine bros.
I like that. Adapt.
Adapt. Yeah, it's great. Some people have been,
Spit it out.
Actually,
so, yeah.
There's something I need to say about the whole adapt that they provide.
Yeah. Say it loud so the microphone can hear you.
So something I like to reference something similar. Make the plan, go over the plan, execute the plan, and then throw the plan out when everything goes wrong.
There's a quote that's like something about the trenches where it's like, don't something about you made the plan in the meeting room, but like don't throw out the plan when you're in the trenches. Like you won't have time to come up with a better plan. Something about trenches and plans. I think it's like similar to what you were saying. Anyway, don't worry about that. Sorry. Cool story, bro.
No plan survives cool contact with the enemy.
Yes, that's a good one too. So people have been asking about, you know, today's the season 8 premiere. Yeah, ponies. Be sure to, if you want to watch it, think about what ponies means to you. Sometimes I think, especially me, because I'm like worrying about, you know, the execs and like all the con and the, oh, do we have shirts? Do we have this? Do we have that? Even sometimes I lose sight of just like what like My Little Pony Friendship is Magic means to me. We're doing this for a PonyCon. This is like a kids show. We're doing this for all of us. We're celebrating the community. We're celebrating the art that comes, you know, the wonderful art that comes out of the fandom. This is a celebration of the Brony community, so remember that. In line with the whole season 8 premiere thing, you know, last year we premiered the, what was it, season 7?
Yeah.
Right? Season 7. I would recommend waking up early on Saturday, is all I'm going to say.
To stand around the main hall and complain about the fact that we are all missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Episode 3.
Yeah. Yeah. If you show up at the hotel in the morning and no one's around, check the main hall.
Find Queen Quake. Follow her.
It's being shown.
Just listen for our voice.
I would recommend waking up early.
Yeah. But it's being shown.
5 a.m.
It's being shown.
We'll talk after. Let's talk after. So, what else?
Is it being shown?
The stories. I keep talking about the stories that people tell. That's what we're doing here, is we're making stories. People go to cons and they tell stories about their cons. Make sure that the stories that they tell are good ones. Don't vent out in public so that the stories they tell are, oh, I heard this person did that. Always be positive to our attendees. Make sure that all of their stories are positive. We are authors. In some way, we are authors of the BABSCon space. We're the authors of their stories. Or we facilitate, I guess, where their story takes place. Yes?
We want the newcomers to come back next year.
Yes.
So if anybody's new, make sure we're going to hear. I'm sure next year.
Yeah, that's true. We want newcomers. You know what really makes me happy? Speaking of like newcomers coming, this is the last staff meeting, so I can like talk about this. It's fine. We have so many staffers this year. We have more, and I've told this before. I forget what the exact numbers are. I think it's like we're at like 230 now, I think, or maybe 240. Because I know we've hired like a lot of people last week. We're at like 240 staff members that have been hired, and that is more than even applied the year before. So we're like effectively, we're almost not double. I say like maybe like 1.5 times the staffers. You know, as the fandom has grown, so have we. And the fact that so many people on staff come back to restaff, and the fact that so many first-time staffers come from last year come staff again. We have first-time staffers like Bear Claw, Emilio. Emilio was a gopher, and he's just like, I want to work HR. Or maybe we forced you to work HR. I don't know what the story of that is. He was so good. Other departments wanted to steal him from us. They're like, no, we want him in this department. I'm just like, first dibs, you know.
It's awesome analytics.
Yeah.
Because you're awesome.
I'm really glad that BABSCon has been able to create awesome memories, not just for attendees, but also for staff. It's us. We are the ones that build this convention. It's with all of your hard work that we make this. What does it make this hotel a con? Like it is all you guys. I can sit up here and be like, oh, I'm the chair. Look at all these things I did. But no, like I don't do that. Hopefully, all my execs know. I rarely take credit for things, except for the staff gift I'm giving you. I'm gonna take full credit for that. Watch out for that. It's gonna be great.
Team. We're all a team.
For everyone, for everybody, all you guys.
They're all
you guys have done such a great job.
We're all a team because it's one person. It's everybody. The team.
It is. Everyone is a team.
Yes.
You guys have all done such a great job. I've seen the con book. Read the guidebook. babscon.com/guide. Look at all these things that we're doing. Like, you cannot go to BABSCon like 3 times in a row and have done everything. Like,
there's always new stuff.
Exactly. And as we continue to grow, I hope you guys will join us back next year to staff the con. It's gonna be great. Come back next year. It's gonna be great. But first things first, we have a con in less than a week. So hope to see you there. Get your staff badges. Get your staff badges in boardroom 4. Get your shirts. Oh, someone asked on the chat earlier. If we're gonna cosplay Fables and Fantasy, like I told you guys to do, or like I suggested you guys do. I encouraged, if you can, if you want, dress up in a wonderful Fables and Fantasy way. Yes, it does. Everything counts. Just dress up. But people were saying, we can. So I'm assuming we can dress up as long as we have our staff shirts on top. Staff shirts are not the main denotation for staff. Staff shirts, like Psychology 101. Staff shirts are actually to build team building. They're to make people feel like they're together as a part of a team, and we are together as a part of a team. But the main denotation of who is staff and who is not, or who is currently like on duty, is the staff badge. Everyone will have a staff badge. Always wear your staff badge. Always make it shown. When you have your cosplay or whatever, have the staff badge visible. We don't care so much about staff shirts in terms of denotation. So please dress up as much as you want. It'd be cool to wear a staff shirt at least one day because then you can feel like part of the community. But it's not necessary if you're going to be cosplaying. There's a level of theatrics that happens at con that we encourage all of the staff and attendees to join in on as well. So yeah, yes.
What about wearing your staff badge when you're like off duty, like at a dance or something like that? Like a party floor, getting hammered?
What do you guys say about that? Wearing your staff badge when you're either at the dance floor or getting hammered at the party.
You don't have a regular convention badge. You need your staff badge to get into any function that you happen to have. That's your badge. If you're on duty, let me put it this way, your conduct should always be that you're representing the convention, whether you're dancing or drinking or whatever. I expect you not to get crap-faced drunk and start talking crap about the convention. We expect you to kind of behave, you know? Now, if you want to get, if you think you're behaving untoward, then yeah, take your badge off, but then you won't be able to get in any of the parties or anything. So it's your access badge. If you have to ask, is my conduct not conclusive with the convention? Guess what? Your conduct is not conclusive with the convention. Yeah. So that's pretty much it.
Yep. Does anyone have any more questions?
I have one thing. I have one thing before I'm going to get a chance.
Oh yeah. What's this? Crown. Hello. Any other questions before we end the meeting, and then we can go to? Do we have any more pizza? We have like one slice of pizza left. We're going to be doing super fun badge printing and season 8 watching. So next year you should totally next year you should totally come to the in-persons, y'all. Maybe we'll do that again.
Thanks. There's a few things that I didn't cover that I want to cover real quick, and we're talking about your personal health and stuff like that. Any of you are on any type of medication that you need to, I don't know, stay alive, or may need to help you in case you get into trouble, make sure there's more than one person, i.e. you, that knows about it, okay? Too many times we've run across this that we don't find out until we contact the parents or other relatives that this person has medication up in their room, or stuff like that. Please, please. If you have any health problems whatsoever, share it with a friend or somebody we can get a hold of. Put it on your personal information, okay? I have this problem here, my medicine is, if you don't have room, write at the bottom of your piece of paper, whatever. But share that information because it's kind of important. If you're incapacitated, we got to know whether we got to get access to your room to get you your meds or something like this. Or a friend says, hey, he tells me he's on this medicine, he needs to get it, then we know, okay? But please make sure you share that information. If it's very personal, you just want to share it with just even flares, fine. But make sure somebody knows if there's an issue, we can deal with that. And finally, as I said, when you pack for the convention, remember you're packing for days. Okay? Yeah. Please, enough clothes, enough what you need to last the convention.
One pair of underwear won't cut it?
No.
No!
That's all I have.
Excellent. Oh, that's what I was like, there was one last thing I wanted to say and I forgot, and then I started coughing. I was like, I remember. Eat or drink or whatever, vitamin C. Stay healthy this next week. We don't want you to get to like day -1 on Wednesday or day 0 on Thursday and be like, oh my god, I'm sick, I can't do my job. Stay healthy. Eat your greens. Do everything your parents ever told you.
Don't be patient 0 for the con crud.
Yeah, don't be patient 0 for the con crud. Yeah.
If you do start feeling ill, please do not share the love. Wash your hands, cover your cough, and avoid your contact with the rest of us as best you can.
Something I'm sure, I don't know this for sure, I'm just going to make this wild guess. I know people sell like those masks, those cough masks, but they have like designs on them at a vendor hall. Get one of those. You can get real ones, but phony ones are probably way cooler. So you can be sick in style.
Get the vendor to draw you one.
Yeah, get the vendors to draw. Yeah, get a normal one. Get a commission a vendor.
Wow, your mask was signed by John DeLancey.
Boom! I know, right? Okay. All right, I think we are good. Does anyone else have any final questions?
No.
Or anything they want to say? Or no, he really wants to get to that season 8. Cool. Thank you guys so much. You've been wonderful staff. You are wonderful staff. I will see all of you on Thursday or Wednesday or Friday, whenever you guys get in. Yes. Be awesome. Thank you very much. For people who need validation, Tanaki, what should they do?
I think we're going to end by 1. That was
great. Cool. If people need validation, follow Tanaki. Also, you can just go to the front desk. They usually validate it. That's what I've been doing the last few weeks. Say, hey, I was at the BABSCon meeting. We need probably your product validation. They might ask how much it was, and you say, it's $5. Yes, right now. All right, all you wonderful Babs streamers. This is the final Fable Charm ASMR. Hello. I hope you enjoyed it. We will be enjoying our pizza and our season 8 premiere. If you want to join in, come to the in-persons. Thank you guys so much for joining us on the live stream. I really appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for being such wonderful staff, especially being so far away. That level of commitment is like above and beyond, and that's the kind of thing that we like to do. BABSCon goes above and beyond. Thank you for being a part of the BABSCon legacy. Thank you. Have a good day. Have a good rest of your day.